Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Ghost in the Machine, a D&D actual play live stream about memory, identity, magic, and sometimes politics. I am Matthew Foreman, your Dungeon Master. We are joined by our usual bunch of wonderful players. Before we get started with tonight's... No, go ahead and play that, actually. For tonight's episode, let's just do our quick little rundown. First, if you're enjoying the stream tonight, be sure to follow us on Twitch. And follow us on our other socials as well, but right now we're pushing to 50 followers on Twitch so we can become affiliates.
We need 8 more people as of this morning.
8 more people as of this morning. Very, very exciting. So be sure to follow us. And as always, this stream, our partners with this streaming adventure are Animal Helper, a 501c3 located in New Orleans that helps special needs animals. When we last left our heroes... I need some water tonight. When we last left our heroes, if you want to call them that, they had just moved to a...
You're wounded.
Oh, man.
Oh.
It's all a matter of perspective.
Heroes.
to settle affairs in Bridgeton. After having defeated the Elder Hagathaligan Locke, then defeating a Green Dragon Visor, traveling through time and space, securing the future of Gilly's family for the time being, awakening a cloak and being brought before the Duke for a trial. They finished their last bit of immediate business in helping the Friends of the Fallen transport a young boy named Avery and some medicinal contraband through the mines. And we pick back up with them leaving the Devil Dog, the safe house of the Friends of the Fallen, after a nice little cocktail reception of sorts, and leaving that night. So, what do you wish to do?
What time is it approximately?
Well, I think you guys were running pretty late. We'll say it's midnight. Why not?
Midnight and
Be sure to speak up.
we're still at the Devil Dog.
You are just now exiting the Devil Dog.
Just now
You're on its
exiting
porch.
The Devil Dog. Okay.
Avery had just told us that he had a dream, prophetic or otherwise, that the world is
Right.
going to burn.
She said he had a dream that we started a fire together.
Yes.
That we couldn't put it out. So we just watched it burn and then lived in its ashes. Nothing could go wrong with that, could it?
Maybe the gift should burn. I had a dream. I had a dream once that I tore my face off and there was someone else underneath. You do that all the time. Okay.
You're still doing this voice?
What?
Never mind.
I mean, we should probably just return back to the manor, right? We have any
Yeah,
other plans?
What are we doing tomorrow?
Probably.
I need to stick around for another day or so to pick up some goods, unless we're planning on coming back through town.
I don't know how long we really want to wait.
Oh, we don't, but
Yeah.
we have things that are useful and potentially important.
Well, I have some things that are going to be not ready for me to pick up for another few days. So I'm probably just going to have my parents ship it to me. If you want, we could talk to them about putting whatever it is in a package together. Or in separate packages. But
Matt, how secure is the mail system?
It's incredibly secure. It's secured by one of the noble houses.
Okay.
Not
So
secure at all.
shipping a large amount of money potentially is not necessarily like dangerous.
Not at all.
That
House
thing.
Patanza manages the messenger services.
Because like the USPS, I don't trust with my mail. Like,
Oh, right. This is, I mean, they have a reputation to protect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You could always get it insured if you're worried.
Oh, then yeah. So I wouldn't. Selena wouldn't think twice about shipping it through the mail. Your parents would be willing to do that, and inspect for quality before shipping. Absolutely.
sure. Yeah, we can talk to them.
He didn't take any pay before I left.
No.
Could we leave payment for goods with your parents as well?
I don't see why not. We could clear it up with my parents, but just to ask beforehand.
Because they would pretty penny.
There's a post office, right? Is that how it is? Like post office? Is that
No,
what
it's
it was called?
Patanza Financial.
Patanza Financial.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're a national house. It's the House Patanza, and that's their front for what they do.
And they would have the locations in major
They're out of
cities.
Fort Mountainhall.
They have a location in Fort Mountainhall. They have a location in Elders Rise, which is their primary location. They are the wing of the Gishari noble class that handles finances, messaging, things like that. So yeah, as per your station and being a lady here, I mean, you can just head out of town. They trust you.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't even have to leave money. That's one of the benefits of being a noble, choosing to be a noble.
They know where to find.
They will keep your goods until you come back.
Okay. So maybe have them sent to Mercinia, or we can pick them up there.
Well, as long as we put our names in whichever hotel we're staying at or whatever, the mail will be able to find us.
Oh,
Nice.
very good.
Do we know
Right,
what
Matt?
hotel we're going to be staying
I
at?
said that correctly?
What'd you say? Sorry. I'm just chats.
We're
Yeah, it's
distracted by these wonderful, lovely people. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. It's nice.
I had said as long as we put our names in at the hotel we're staying,
Yeah,
the mail should be able to find us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, exactly.
Good.
Perfect. So,
So I'd say that we get a good night's sleep, put our affairs in order tomorrow, and get on the road.
yeah, then we should be able to just talk to your parents and call it a day, leave a note so that the craftsman, or at least the craftsman I spoke to, knows that he can hand off this amount of change to somebody who's not me.
Sure. Is anyone following us?
Roll perception.
I will assist
Thank you.
unless you...
I'll give myself guidance. Use my new critical roll dice. Great. It's real great, guys.
Did your dice betray you?
I rolled a 5 and a 6 on the dice, but my total is 15.
Alrighty. So you both give a quick look out. It looks like from earlier, same as you confirmed before you went in. Remember, you guys were very stealthy through town, used resources. No one's been able to pick up here. You don't see anyone.
Nice. We probably spooked them earlier.
Yeah, you made one of their tails, so they might be
That's
regrouping.
You absolutely spooked that poor dwarf earlier.
No.
No.
They're hard to tell.
I don't take notes.
Okay, Liam.
Go.
Neeson.
You showed
Oh,
this to me.
goodness.
This is your fault.
I'm happy about the outcome.
But yeah, you spooked that poor gnome. He is a trained professional tail person. Shade. He's a trained professional shade, and you just walked right up to that man
Tail
in broad
person.
daylight.
Tail person.
Sorry.
I love what happens when you speak.
Did I
Most
forget words
delightful
and then I
things
fill
come
them
out.
in with other things?
That's language.
Kirby pocket pasta.
I love it so much.
So, but yeah, you spooked him bad, so I guess that probably bought us the day.
Yeah.
I
Hopefully
didn't
they'll-
realize they would give up so easily.
Hopefully they won't catch that we've left town and won't know exactly where we're going next.
Oh.
So we should leave as soon as possible then.
So, I need to stop back with Morgan and clear some things up. I need to pick up some things. She was going to have me meet a counterfeiter because of my ring. And under this rod she's having me carry around now.
Oh, the friends could have done that for you when they did the papers for my staff.
At the time, I didn't,
Think of it?
well, I also didn't know the people well enough, and I didn't really want to impose or
I didn't think about
ask
you
where it
needing
wasn't
papers for your-
appropriate, that sort of thing. And then when I saw Morgan, I just asked her if she had papers, since she's the one who gave it to me. But
I'm continually hiding the dragon cloak underneath the cloak of many fashions.
Okay.
So when I traded that out, I just left it.
Okay.
Is she
But,
really good at forgery?
Yeah, I was gonna say I could probably help you with that,
okay, well,
but if you already have
that's
them
good to
making
know
it,
for the future.
yeah, if you already have them making it, I did it for my own, so.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I was going to say, I also need to let her know that we intend to go to Fort Mountainhall. I kind of told Glitch, but I need to make sure we clear it up with her. And
In
I
the
don't
morning?
know. Well, I'm sure she's up or something.
Right.
And I'd be able to just
She's a
pop
night
around
owl, so-
now. And we can probably talk to her about if she has any suggestions about how to get there. If we're not going to be using the train.
I figure I can just, I can unattune from one of my items, take possession of the carriage, and then once we arrive, I can reattune.
Unfortunately, we won't be able to use Mr. Bones in the mists.
Correct.
So we need to get outside of city limits, past the mists first, before we can do that.
How long would it take?
Not to mention, I think we maybe need a different nickname. Just for using when we're out and about.
For what?
That name is probably going to...
Mr. Bones?
Yeah. Go ahead and keep saying it when I'm talking about not saying it out loud in public places.
How about
That seems reasonable.
That's his last name.
How about we just call him He Who Should Not Be Named?
Oh, that seems even more ominous and wrong. Let's not do that.
He who should
That
be
also
named?
seems like maybe we'd be infringing on somebody's copyright.
The boner. The boner.
No!
If we're gonna make this real awkward, he could be our little friend.
That's
He's actually pretty tall. So, do you want to head to Morgan's or head to O'Shea Manor?
But he fits in my pocket.
That's true.
This is drunk Selena.
Oh my god.
Going back with you guys.
Nice.
We could head... Do you want to head to Morgan?
the sooner the better.
So Morgan is the
direction.
opposite direction of the impromptu whisper house, right?
Oh yeah, very
Okay.
opposite. She's in the Bruini, and they're in Mothias. They're opposite ends of Agri.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I think at
Okay.
least one of you guys is gonna need a full night's sleep.
Yeah, I'm the only one that does.
She was at the Staff and the Sad Heart, I think. I mean, it doesn't matter, but yeah.
Yes.
It's okay. I can
Staff
sleep while
in the
he's
Sad
showering in the
That's
morning.
what you told me.
Oh yeah.
So, this might be a good time to finish that recap on what we were talking about before we left my house, or my parents' house, when we were talking about what our conversation was. That I realized that we kind of stopped that conversation abruptly to leave because we needed to be focused on time. But Morgan has asked me to, she's become a bit suspicious of Duplacroix. Remember that woman that we met at my parents' house? First when we got here, and then again this evening. So
She seemed nice.
she seems nice, and my family seems to like her well enough. They seem to be in some sort of business, I guess. But Morgan is suspicious of her, and she also told me that she was seen meeting with Dryden's father not too long before. I think it was just a matter of weeks before the mishap with that airship happened. And
she is a well-known businesswoman.
yes, it is a bit coincidental
She was
but it could just be a coincidence. And also, she apparently, Morgan had a spy that was following her that's been killed, presumably by her or someone in her entourage or something. But she also mentioned that she had been seen meeting with Justice in Kathmandu, which apparently Justice and her go back to the war days.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I spotted her in the crowd. We just not often you see a familiar face from 10, 15 years ago, so I just thought I'd check in.
So that was the day that we were waiting for him in the Purple-Eyed Pixie.
Didn't mean to be so elusive. I just didn't know you guys very well. Didn't feel the need to advertise my comings and goings.
I mean, you're always elusive, so.
And she, of course, is in the deal with the Lennox. She helped to orchestrate the deal with the Lennox and the Grandling Company. But it is interesting that she's orchestrated two deals that involve the Grandling Company.
She's a businesswoman.
Quid
Sure.
pro quo kind of
Grandling
relationship.
Company.
But the Grandling
Huge.
Company was responsible for the security of that airship that blew up on the way to Droska with the Droskan ambassador. And also the Grandling Company is enabling, if not outright participating in the slavery happening in the mines.
They're a large company. They
Sure.
do plenty of other things. Two things outside of normal business
Well,
across the
sure.
entire continent.
Since we're traveling together, I wanted to convey to you that Morgan is suspicious for some reasons, and she's asked me to kind of maybe look into her.
Alright.
So
Well, it does seem.
I figure that seems relevant to you all because of that. Oh, fuck me.
Yep.
Whispers,
So-
whispers. So we use D&D
What's your
Beyond.
shirt say, Liz?
What does my shirt
Oh.
say?
Yeah.
It says my gender is a dragon. I'm not a man or a woman. I'm just pure dragon.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, all I have to say is, in all my dealings with her, we're not particularly close, but she seemed to be a good friend of the Warforged during the war. I felt that, she was, at least at that time, a, respectable person. So, I mean, maybe she's gotten into something else, but I couldn't see that in her character.
And I mean, Morgan might just be suspicious for no real reason, or she might have a reason that's purely coincidental. I mean, I don't really know. I just know what I've been asked to do, and
If Dupla's such a big player in the criminal world, or would my spy/criminal background give me any information on her, potentially? Just her general reputation in the world?
Right, so go ahead and roll history. But she's not. Oh, we'll go ahead and roll history and we'll see what you get.
Natural 20.
Yes!
So 22.
So not actually involved in the criminal world. Everything she does is above board.
Yes.
Disreputable, perhaps.
My question is specifically from a criminal and spy background, not necessarily those being mutually exclusive, but Venn diagrammy.
Right.
What is her reputation in those circles?
Gotcha. She's known to be ruthless, capable, and not to be fucked with.
Okay.
Anyone who's ever moved against her has been crushed. But she doesn't do criminal activity. She is what criminals aspire to do, which is, from your perspective at least, which is, a kingpin but within the law.
Oh, damn.
Okay. And
Good.
then would I know if anybody had gone... Would I have known anybody that would have gone missing attached to her and what they were doing?
No one you know, and I can't think of anyone you might have heard of. No.
Okay.
No. Well, I mean, when you get into this deep dive of people dealing with real money, a lot of people go missing. A lot of people disappear, but no one you know of.
Well, I think Morgan's right to be suspicious. She has her hands on a lot of pots, cookie jars, but nothing concrete. Do we know her affiliations with Moira?
I
She's
don't off
doing
the top of
dealings
my
with your
head.
family.
She is.
She seems to have a wide reach.
Yeah, and with my family, it seems a little bit out of character for my family.
What is she doing for your family? I don't think I ever...
Well, I only found out from Morgan because my parents didn't actually tell me the details.
Oh,
So,
that seems odd.
It is a bit, but, you would think that they would include me a bit more in the family business, being the heiress and everything, but it's been a lot. We haven't been very available either, so I don't know. But what Morgan said is that she's been helping to establish some chains of hotels and the like in Del Maria. And they're fair deals, but because she is brokering those deals and ensuring that we're able to set up the chain of hotels, she's getting, a slight percentage of the profits and such. All that is right.
What? And Brahm confirmed this for you. She's what's known as the financial partner or financial management system they're using. Yep.
That'd be interesting to see a contract with her name at the bottom.
Oh boy, I don't need to see more contracts in my life. Not right now, at least. But yeah, you're right.
Maybe the reason your family didn't say anything is, they were in that predicament with your youngest sibling, and they were in hard times. Maybe they were doing it out of desperation.
Now you're
They thought that
catching
they
on.
could. Maybe they thought that they could continue the chain of adoption by
You
getting
catching
more.
feelings hanging out with these people.
I don't know what you're talking about. So, I mean, just guessing here, spitballing.
Sure.
Well,
Oh, we're
should we
going
go?
to see Morgan?
We should.
You guys
We
are
are
there.
we are on the
Yeah.
way.
Oh.
You guys have now are sauntering up
Okay.
to the Staff and the Sad Heart, the beautiful Darkwood Inn, which has a nice carved staff and heart symbol.
You okay over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone clipped the dragons.
Person may have
Clip the dragon thing.
that man or woman.
Chat's the
pure
best
dragon.
tonight. We love you. We love you guys.
yes.
So yeah, you were at the Staff of the Sad Heart. You can hear a little music going, little boom, boom, boom. You know, it's Morgan. There's always a party.
Matt, what's the tune sound like?
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, I was gonna say. Doo, 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 doo.
No.
It's actually Sandstorm.
Nice. Oh, we're not all on Roll20 right now, though. We can't recreate the brave moment.
You're right.
Oh.
So
Anyway.
you enter the inn. No, what are you doing?
He's doing it. Yes.
Yeah.
Makes
Twitch
my
has
heart
actually
happy.
used to have a Sandstorm.
Oh, it makes my heart happy.
Anyway,
Anyway. Yeah, I did. If she's going in, I'm following
yeah,
her.
okay,
I'm
everyone
not
goes
the
in.
first or
Surely.
whatever.
It's an inn. You don't.
Oh, that's
know.
right.
Yeah.
Go into the inn.
Yeah, and you see like in what must be a closed kitchen at this closed dining room that the rigmarole have taken over, and everyone seems to be having a good time. And
Okay.
Morgan glances over in her star robe. She's like, "Darling,
Hello, Morgan. How are you?
I am well. How are you?" She leans down, gives you a kiss, and greets all of you very warmly.
I'm on my tippy toes.
I give kisses back because
Yeah.
we've been drinking too much.
So I'm still human,
It's this
obviously.
kind
Oh,
of
okay.
night. Feeling that dragon.
What was your DC?
25 or 27 or something.
Oh, you brought someone new. She gestures towards him in disguise.
Oh, name is Brogan. Nice to meet your
It's
acquaintance.
a pleasure. It's a pleasure. How is everyone tonight? Did you get into trouble? Now you've come to me for help.
Not
No,
this
not-
time.
No, we've been
Not at the
staying
moment,
out of
no.
trouble.
That's disappointing.
Are
You're not
we
getting.
close enough to
Are
the
you getting?
bar that I can get a drink?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you're
Perfect.
not getting old on me already, are you?
Oh no.
I'm already old.
That's true.
Were we able to meet with your? Was I gonna be able to meet with your counterfeiter? Is that
Counterfeiter?
right?
JJ? Yeah, sure.
Oh, it's just JJ. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Of course you can.
Sure. Well, did I?
You know,
I'm sure
I mean-
Glitch filled you in, but we have some pressing business out in Fort Mountainhall.
Oh,
We need to go deal with as soon as we can.
he did mention that, and I could just tell JJ. I suppose you don't have to meet him.
Okay.
I just thought he'd set you up as a courtesy, but seems like you guys are on your way, so I could just tell him to. I should have had him produce it a long time ago. I wasn't thinking, but yeah, I'll get you that. Are you gonna come back, or do you want me to send it for you?
Well, we haven't really ironed out the details of how we're getting to Fort Mountainhall or when.
That's fine. You can always
So-
send word. I'll just keep it for you.
Just a quick question for Matt. Can you remind me what Gilly knows her options are in terms of travel there?
Train out of the mist, then fly. Teleportation circles, or teleportation the spell, but you'd have to know someone who can cast it.
And can me
Who's
mom?
She can teleport, yeah.
But like, is that a thing that she would normally do for us?
Yeah.
It
Her
wouldn't
daughter.
be unusual for
No,
me.
not at all.
Okay.
So as far as teleportation circles, though, the person either has to schedule the transportation,
Right.
because you can't just willy nilly teleport unless you have a private circle.
That's right.
Yeah, there's a teleportation bureaucracy and gateways and things like
That's
that.
right. And
So
you have
you
to
can-
schedule it
Yeah,
just like you
welcome
would
to
schedule a trip on plane.
Yep, and you have to pay for it. It's 125 gold per person
Okay.
for a 3-day ticket
Okay.
round trip.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yes, we're still ironing out how we're getting to Fort Mountainhall
Oh.
and then over to Mercinia.
You should just take the Reef Junction, the teleportation services. Simple, easy.
Is there usually a backlog or something in terms of how quickly we can schedule getting over there?
Not for you, darling. You're
Oh,
an
that's
over.
good.
Yes.
They'll
Okay.
let us there.
And honestly, if you ever run into trouble at one of these junction houses, just bribe the gate master.
Rogan's
I
gonna go get
never-
a drink at the bar.
I never would have considered that or even thought that was a thing.
It's a thing at all the houses.
Yeah.
Pretty much if there's a gate and there's a palm that is out and offering.
Well, there you go. Gilly being young little Gilly again, I suppose. The world is not how she thought it was. Great. Well, your schedule. When are you leaving for Mercinia?
The concert in Messina, I think it's 4 or 5 days from now. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just all the scheduling. But that's about where we are. You have to give people time to travel. Not everyone has the luxury of affording what we
Of
do.
course. Okay.
How long is travel from Fort Mountainhall to Mercinia if we take the old-fashioned way?
The train?
Train.
The train being the old-fashioned way?
automobiles.
From Mercinia to Fort Mountainhall? Or
Fort
It's
Mountainhall to
Mountainhall
Mercinia.
to Mercinia.
That.
Because we're not coming back here.
Correct.
Probably not.
We would be going straight back to Mercinia.
Mhm.
I think we've got what we have.
Well, we can
here.
either take the circle in Mercinia or to Mercinia, or take the train.
Did I do that right?
We need time.
30 miles an hour, 372 miles. I think I did that right. It's a day.
Math is hard, guys.
Yeah, it is
I
hard.
mean, it'd be at least 10 hours if it's 300, and then 72, so 32.
Yeah, so
0.5 hours.
It's
Yep.
a day.
Yeah, it's a day.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
that's
So
not
this
that
is
bad.
not like a
10.5
2 or
hours.
3 day.
No, it's
Okay.
longer from Cragman to Bridgeton because you have to go up the mountain. There's all
Yeah,
these
yeah,
stops
sure.
and things. Yeah.
So if we can teleport to, or if we can teleport to Fort Mountainhall, then we could potentially make it back to rejoin her entourage.
Perfect.
Yeah, well,
And you can also just pay for the teleportation service if it's an emergency, which you need to fulfill your duties as a knight. You need to be there for the concert.
Okay.
Because you have to perform.
no time like the present.
Yeah.
We should be off as soon as possible then.
So we can go in the morning after we've had a conversation with your parents, see if they'll help us do a few things that we have loose ends left in town.
Sure. So I guess to answer your question, if you could send the paperwork to me.
Of course.
Otherwise, if timing wise, we should be meeting back up with you in Mercinia as soon as we can.
All right, that works for me, darling. If it works for you.
Do you want me to ask and see if she knows anything about our business out there,
Mercinia or Fort Mountainhall?
Fort Mountainhall?
I guess I walked back with the drink.
I don't think I
Woke
did
is keeping an eye on you.
Good.
Is your visage handsome?
We caused the
And good
problem. We
looking?
need to fix it.
Would a guard that
It's
I
our
had seen
problem that
been
we
handsome?
caused. We need
It's
to
up to
fix
you.
it.
Sure.
If you're into a
Just
kind of
like-
weary,
maybe
rugged
she has
masculinity, yeah.
Then yeah.
as well.
Okay.
I doubt it.
I don't need to ask them.
Yes.
So, absolute best of luck. Take care and keep in touch. Don't let anything happen to you. You are my brand new knight.
Oh well. Yep. Is it okay if I share the information you shared with me? With us? Use message to say duplicry.
Yeah, nothing she doesn't know already. Absolutely.
Just that while I've found nothing personally, as I told you earlier today, that paints Dupla in a suspicious light,
Cool.
and my compatriot knows nothing that would paint her in a suspicious light, rather the opposite. Selena's circles kind of coincide more with yours, I think.
Okay. So no new information.
No new information, just
She's ruthless. I wouldn't want to be the one that goes up against her.
No, we've heard that.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing a check on me. What about well, he's not here. What about Justice? Was there anything to it?
he
I
said
just
that
kind
he.
of lean into whoever this one is.
Because I returned with the drink, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
Well, he said that they knew each other in the war. Like I told you this earlier today.
Knew each other in the war. Okay.
That she apparently was very good to the Warforged.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really know if I know much beyond that, but they were.
Right.
She
You
was
told
some
me.
sort of
You
an
did tell me
associate.
earlier, didn't you?
I did.
Oh.
It's okay. You're
Silly
having
me! I have so much on my plate. I forgot.
You're spinning quite a few plates, so.
Quite a few. Well, all right. Enjoy the rest of your night. If you get into any trouble, do send word. I'd love to hear more about it.
What is the easiest way for me to get in touch with you moving forward?
I can give you one
Especially
card.
Over distances and such.
Right, I can give you one card. Use it wisely.
Okay.
She hands you a card.
And this will work just like any other.
It's sending. It allows you to cast a
That's
sending
what I-
spell. Yeah.
yep.
But without having to roll.
Civilius needs business card.
They're really expensive. They're as a scroll of sending, basically. They're the same price.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think they're like 375 gold.
And is it a single use?
Uh-huh.
You just need to learn sending if you can.
And it goes
Yeah,
directly
okay.
to that person because it's in the form of the card.
Of course. That's really cool.
Yeah, so I think it's a slight discount. Yeah.
Right. So you can't use it for just anybody.
Nope.
You can use it specifically for that person.
Yep. So, you guys leave the staff in the Sad Heart and head over to O'Shea Manor?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
After a drink. But
Yeah, you have a drink. You guys,
Of course.
Mosey, little glitch, nuzzles up to you, tells you, I'll miss you and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, he's so sweet.
Raw whiskey is particularly good.
That's good to know.
Alrighty, so you guys head back to O'Shea Manor, the beautiful early fall. I need to stop looking at chat. The early fall night, crisp air, beautiful moon. Oh, well, it's a waning moon now because at the full moon you took your orders and stuff. The waning moon hangs off in the distance. The mists are settling gently around the meadows. O'Shea Manor is actually pretty lit up. Looks like it's a bit of a rager going on. For a bunch of old nobles, anyway. You hear
You're saying
the
it's
laugh. Huh?
Are you saying it's lit?
Yeah, it's on fire. No, and you hear like the clinking of glass and the chattering of a dining room table and the voices of 3 women and a man kind of chattering and clanging along. 2 men, yeah. As you approach and enter the foyer.
2 men. Is one Ronin?
Yeah, Ronan, Master Pluth,
Oh, Master Pluth, of
your
course.
mother's, and Duplacroix sitting in the sitting room.
Before we get in there, I would use the. Would I have time to take off the thing on the transfer there? Okay.
Yeah, you can tear down a disguise pretty easily. It's getting it on that's the hard part.
Yeah, because I don't want them to see my
Yeah,
human
you're just
disguise. Yeah,
Oh.
just-
I didn't specify
look,
earlier,
your
but I'm
dreams come true.
back to Gilly.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I'm
Alrighty.
surprised that Morgan didn't see straight through that as she chose not to let you know.
neither one would surprise me. Although I do think I'm quite proficient at these physical disguises, seeming to be.
She's been around a bit longer.
Yes. Well, not in her current form. Maybe that was easier to deceive her.
You are getting quite good.
It's a really good disguise. You guys enter the foyer and they kind of peek out like, oh, Gilly, come. Oh, Gilly, everybody. Oh, how are you all tonight? As they all sit there with like, they're all having wine and drinking. Duplacroix's like kicked back and like her cloak, her beautiful brown rock-like cloak is hanging over and it seems to blend in with the rest of it.
Rock-like?
Rock-like. She's just sitting there.
Interesting.
Like stone rock or like.
No, like stone. Like stone.
Okay.
R-O-C-K.
Yeah.
Not R-O-C.
She's just having it. They're all having glasses of red wine.
And not
She
V-R-O-C-K.
looks over. She just looks over at you all. She's like, "Come join us. We're having a good time."
Does Justice actually feel compelled to do that?
You see her as a very dear associate who helped you at a time when it helped you at a time you're charmed by her. It helped you at a time when you
No, I'm just saying, like, does he feel
when no
unnatural?
human showed you a courtesy.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
What
Sit
time
down
is
and
it?
I'll go
drink
join.
with them.
It's late. Right?
I don't
Yeah,
sleep.
it's 1 a.m. they're being booze hags.
Party up.
So you go and join them.
Yeah.
The tiny servant, like there's this the wine bottle is animated and it like tips over and pours you a glass. There's all these little tiny servants wandering around that Mafanwe is commanding.
I'll hold up the glass to like one of you. I'm not going to drink this. Does one of you?
I'll
want
take
this?
it.
Like you don't even have it on my
Cheers.
hands.
Yeah.
And Duke was like, "Cheers to our new acquaintances."
Indeed.
Don't stand in the foyer. Don't be awkward.
I figured we were all sitting down.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
Yep.
You were looking pretty tense, so I'm not imagining.
Alexis is very tense.
Okay, just
Gilly is not.
But why?
Dupla's great.
She's fine.
Yeah, she's great.
I don't see what the problem is.
So introduce everyone, Gilly, one more time. Dupla would love to. I'm sure Dupla would love to get to know you all.
Sure. As you're already aware, this is Justice, who I'm here that you have a bit of history with. This is Selena, and obviously
Best for
Sibelius.
It is an honor and a pleasure to meet you, Sibelius.
Likewise.
Of course. Yeah, I can't do French accents, so I'm completely fucked on this roleplay. Bonjour. The French embassy. I'm gonna be banned from France if I try to do French roleplay.
You just become Lumiere like the whole time.
Be our guest. Be our guest. As like the tiny servant stands in the back.
We are so distracted.
I know. We've been like we're trying to be relaxed.
We've been
Sorry.
banned on Twitch for that copyright infringement.
Demonetized.
No, they would mute our channel though.
Right.
Yeah. So
So don't sing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you have to keep it short if you're gonna do it.
Less than 10 seconds.
oh my God. So she's like, Selena, huh? I guess you're the one I know the least about. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself, darling?
Yes, do tell.
You probably know the least about me because I'm the least notorious. You evidently worked with Justice. You're working with the O'Shea family. Everybody knows Sibelius. I'm just no one from the plains north of here. Served my time in the war. Did what needed to be done. Came home.
You were in the war.
It wasn't everybody.
Just about. Especially if you were Etruscan.
I'm not.
No, of course not.
Not this time.
It was a total war.
Why are you traveling with these brigands? What brings you traveling with them?
Money.
Oh, that's a good reason. Here to money, I say. Can never have enough of it. That's my opinion.
Too true.
Anyone who says that what is it? Money's the root of all evil just hasn't earned enough. That's my philosophy.
I got a nice double of whiskey, by the way.
Beautiful drink. Justice, I haven't seen you in so many years. It's a pleasure and an honor as always.
Well, besides when you and I ran into each other.
Well,
Back in
Cragman
Cragman
yes. But we haven't gotten a chance to sit and talk. Cragman was so brief.
Indeed. So what is
I'm sorry. I can't.
what is new with you?
Just traveling the world, making trade deals. You know how it is.
Yes, I do.
Just fucking with a few people's heads along the way. Don't worry about it. It's not important.
Well, why are you all up so late? What were you doing tonight?
We've actually been party hopping. This is the third party we've been to. This town stays up very late.
Oh, it is, what do they say? Work hard, play hard.
It's been very exciting while we've been here.
Us nobles do like our parties.
We do.
I was led to believe that this was a quiet little backwater full of civility and just gorgeous landscapes. And
Well, I did leave out the, the backwoods in that description. I didn't think we'd be exploring that, but then we got, dumped off a train, so.
So that was my interpretation of the bullshit you gave me. That was Selena taking all of the descriptions that you gave us of Bridgeton and assuming it was a backwater because of how naive you are.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
She's like, it's the best, guys! Yeah.
Well, how I grew up and it was the best.
It's better than some parts. They're much more dangerous cities than Bridgeton, I assure you.
Oh, absolutely. The only thing that's lived up to full expectation is how wonderful her family is.
Oh.
And finally, and failing.
Too true.
You're a soft touch, darling. We've enjoyed having you all here. Yeah, and Dupla kind of reasserts herself. So, things winding down here for you? Leaving soon?
Yes, I believe that we will be attending to matters, Mercinia. You have a concert?
You're charmed by her. You don't lie to people that you trust and...
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't know that was
That's
Yeah.
You're charmed by her.
Okay. Would I reveal that information knowingly in front of...
So you talk to her as if you were talking to a dear friend.
I'm saying we're in front of her parents, so I don't know if I'm advertising that.
I am just
I mean,
telling
we're
you
going to be
what
asking our
charm
parents
It's
to
up to you how you
teleport us anyway.
Okay. Sure.
I could be
I'll
wrong.
say we have, so I'll revise that statement. We have business in Fort Mountainhall, and then we will be traveling to Mercinia for the concert.
Oh, Fort Mountainhall. Speaking of cities more dangerous than Bridgeton.
What can you tell us of Fort Mountainhall?
Dwarven City. Sorry, I'm like still slipping into Morgan. Dwarven City. Used to be dwarves. They're humans. Lots of gold mining deep in the Warrens and beyond. House to any number of wonderful magic item shops.
Good to know.
Yeah, and serves as a gold depository for the country.
Then why would you...
Maintains our currency stability at the Trivestment Tower.
Was there a reason that you felt that it was more dangerous?
It's just a bigger city. It's where the money is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's underground, so it's always dark.
That doesn't bother me.
Dark underground city with lots of gold.
And Mafonway peeks up and says, Faelene, so Faelene goes, so you're going to Fort Mountainhall next, not Mercinia.
I think so. It seems that that's where fate has taken us next. Which I need to speak to you about, so.
Oh. Okay.
About arranging travel, that's all. Because we want to get there quickly, so I think it's best to do teleportation.
Oh.
If that's okay.
Mafonway says, do you want me to teleport you? Like, just, whoosh, you there? Not right now, of course.
Magic and whiskey never go well
No,
together.
it doesn't.
And I try to refill hers.
I'm drinking wine. I do not have the constitution.
Of course,
You lot do.
of course I could, darling. Of course, I'll have to teleport you outside of Fort Mountainhall. It's illegal to teleport people with just willy-nilly without scheduling anything. If you want me to do that, you can also just use the gatehouse. If you're short on coin, I can pay for you. It's up to you.
Whatever works. I don't want to put you out.
I will say that it's been a minute since I've been to Fort Mountainhall, and the teleportation spell, if you're not particularly familiar with where you're sending them, can get a little inaccurate.
We should try the gatehouse.
Yeah.
Sure, okay.
I could send you up to 100 miles away from your destination.
Yeah, let's not do that. Last time we ended up miles away from our destination. We were chased
I
by
have a
undead
schedule.
T-Rex.
Yes, and I have a schedule to keep in Mercinia, so.
Then we should
go back and find that druid at some point.
meet the gatehouse with...
I don't ever want to go back to that place.
Chat wants you guys to let Mafonway try. I will literally roll the percentage dice. I'm not faking this.
Oh no.
And I will roll the d8 for direction, and
So maybe
I actually have
business
a... Oh,
in the
not here. I have a
morning.
directional dice.
Sure.
Huh?
Business in the morning?
We could do that.
I mean, counting is not a strong suit. Math is hard.
What day of the week is it?
I never keep track of the day of the week.
Is my mom gonna be off at the conservatory? The
Tranquil Chamber. I was just about to say.
Tranquil
She says I've made great headway in my studies lately, so I can stick around in the morning till a late brunch or whatnot.
Yeah,
Pretty sure it's about Thursday actually. Now that I think
Okay.
about
That's
it,
what I
so,
was going to say.
Yeah.
It's a good lightning kind of day. Teleportation, lightning.
Thursday.
So in the morning we shall wrap up our business and be out with all due haste.
We got the coin for you for the dragon already. We'll give that to you in the morning.
Oh, beautiful.
And I don't want to wait till the morning. And Faelene shoots up with her very quick speed as she has. She darts over. You hear like a. She pulls out a pretty decent sized box.
Oh!
Sets it in front of you.
How big is it in relation to me?
It's not that big. It's
Okay.
a decent size though.
Okay.
Half your body size.
Like
Open it!
Okay.
Oh, Duplicis, I didn't know we were doing gifts. I would have brought something.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I forgot about my compass.
So I go ahead and I open it up.
Roll a reflex.
Yeah.
Dodge action.
Black Mama.
It is a beautiful embroidered studded leather armor.
Hey! Good. I need the bump to my AC, guys.
It is I'll go ahead
Yeah.
and add this to your character. It is a studded leather armor of occasions. It is a +1 studded leather armor, and it has 5 different outfits in it that you can shift between. Because it's shift weave. It's made out of shift weave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'll go ahead and add that to your character.
Yay.
You might be able to actually, but I'll add it for you.
Cool.
And it has 5 pre-built. You have to build it whenever you build the thing, and they are Bridgeton outerwear,
Okay.
Droskin winterwear, Gishari formal wear. It's on the item description. You have
Oh,
to write
okay,
it down.
cool.
Gishari formal wear, respectable commoner, and Athadian merchant.
Unrespectable.
Yep.
French maid.
They know you're an adventurer. They're not, they're not gonna give you-
Man.
Yeah. So so you can take any form of those 5 different outfits. It's on the item description.
Cool. So Bridgeton, Droskin, Athadian, regular commoner, like respectable
commoner. Yeah, that's
and what was the 5th one?
Athadian merchant, Droskin winterwear, Bridgeton outerwear, Gishari high class, respectable
Gishari
commoner.
high class.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, formal wear actually, like proper
Yeah,
formal
right,
wear
right, right.
in Gishari fashion.
Ooh.
She's like, oh, well, we're so glad you like it.
Mom, it's great. Mama, thank you so much.
And Dupla says, okay, they consulted with me about a few of the details on the Athadian merchant. She gives you a wink.
Oh, delightful. Thank you.
The gift is functional. That is
Very practical.
indeed.
It is.
Perfect for every
And
occasion.
fashionable.
Oh my god.
A wizard once told me that a certain spell was perfect for every occasion.
What spell was
Fireball.
What spell was that?
Fireball.
Oh, good lord.
It's useful in the remodeling of homes, such that I've heard.
According to some people. Okay, I've added it to your character sheet on D&D Beyond. Where's our sponsorship?
Yeah, that
Oh
would
my
be
god.
Oh, guys, dude, am I right?
So,
1
yeah.
hour late.
Do I need to refresh, maybe?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah,
I
you
added
have
it
to
to your
refresh.
inventory. I didn't like equip it on you.
Right.
Got it.
You'll have to refresh.
You'll have to refresh. Studded leather armor of occasions. Should be on there. So, yeah. And with that, so it's like, well,
I've got the cheapo.
It doesn't require attunement, does it?
no, it does not.
Thank the
does not.
gods, because I
Plus
already
1.
don't have enough attunement.
Plus 1 leather armor. It would say so if on there, but plus 1 leather
Yep.
armor does not
So
require it.
Can we call it the occasional studded leather armor? That would be fun.
So the
Occasionally studded.
the grown-ups are like, well, it's getting pretty late. I suppose we'll retire. Dupla, did you want to stay here tonight? And she goes, oh, of course, I'd love to. Thank you for opening your home.
I appreciate the wine and the hospitality, and I head up to my room.
All right. So, what is everyone doing tonight?
Meditating.
Well, Selena has to sleep, apparently.
Yeah, I'm sleeping if you let me.
Making sure
I'll let you sleep.
all my stuff is packed, and that would probably.
Well, I meant more for the DM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, there's a major villain in the house. It's no
worry
reason to
about
be
it.
concerned. You don't know that.
I didn't. Yeah, she seems fine. I don't know what the big deal is.
Why?
Villain.
She's not Gish, so
Yeah.
Can I keep concentration on while I'm sleeping?
you can if you, yeah, you can. Selena has no reason to trust her. Selena's
Yeah,
heard
that's
she's a
true.
brutal warlord criminal.
No, that's true.
Gangster. Kingpin. Sorry.
I keep up with the semblance of that I sleep because I've just been kind of reading in
Okay.
the room at night, so I'll just do more of that.
All right. Is there anything else anyone would like to do tonight?
Let me think.
No, let's play my violin.
I'll play a bit before I go to my room if you want some company.
Of course. What would you like to play?
I won't be paranoid.
Okay.
I just sleep.
Oh, do you know that like Droskin lullaby?
Oh, babushka. Oh, Bort. Oh, the bears.
I'll do my best to replay the age-old classic, Old Babushka,
Oh,
the Bort, and the
Babushka.
Dort, and the Bears.
The hell am I?
Baba
Don't look at me
Yaga.
for your face.
Baba Yaga and the Bears. That's a 17.
Yeah, roll performance.
Oh my god.
I'm having a hard time
19.
trying to study
No, wait.
and meditate.
Discord.
19.
So actually, interesting point about Droskin history. Prior to the conquest of the Iron Authority, during their heyday in the what was not the Droskin Empire, but was several different empires, they were actually the heart of culture. They borrowed a lot of it from old Western Athadia, but the violin. There are several Droskin pieces in for the viol violin. So you guys play a beautiful melody, a touch discordant, as is more suitable to the Iron Authority reinterpretations that you are more familiar with, and you play a nice little lullaby for folks to drift to sleep. You awake the next morning.
Yeah, I'm considering whether I'm attuning differently to anything.
That's fine. You can always do that in the morning or whatever. So
do I have to take my long rest?
You extended rest, everybody.
Thank you very much.
So recharge a hit and decide what you want to prepare that day, because you guys are...
I just changed mine.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I can change spells. Oh no, this is a problem. Alright.
This is the problem.
Analysis paralysis.
So I get up, I'll do my drummer myself.
Yeah, I did that. Okay, cool. So the mage armor. And
As always.
You.
I mean,
I'm wearing my fancy nose studded
I'm a
leather.
well-known noble. I will try to be
So
assassinated.
you guys can do whatever you want that morning. Just let me know when you approach Mafonway, within reason. You know.
I can multitask if need be. Just let me know.
Okay.
That
Just
is
give me. I don't want to rush anyone.
So you take an action and utter a command word to transform it into one of the different designs. Cool.
Yeah.
So within the designs, it doesn't look like I'm wearing armor.
It's incorporated, which is very common.
Okay.
Yeah.
But as a respectable commoner, is it
No,
usual?
that's more like
Okay. So I don't look like I'm wearing armor in that.
Which of her parents was in the military?
Faylene O'Shea, the Baroness of the Meadows, the fast, quick, rogue-like one. She was a formal military commander. Mafonway probably was part of what they call the Invisible Army, but yeah.
If I notice her padding around the house, I'll just say, I'm sorry that we did not get an opportunity to discuss our experiences in the war.
Oh, that's all right. It's O'Shea Manor. You're always welcome here to circle back around.
I appreciate you saying that. Your daughter has proven herself to be very capable.
And she says, be sure to enjoy that map. I hope it serves you well in your travels.
I'm sure that it will. Thank you.
Pay close attention to the details on that one.
You have enhanced ability, right?
Understood.
I possess it, yes.
I appreciate the gift.
Of course.
But keep in mind, it's concentration. And
So-
usually
I actually have some of the gold, and she hands you her share, your share of the dragon gold.
Oh, excellent.
Enjoy those coins.
I
Got some collector pieces in there for you.
I'll open it up and take a look.
Yeah, there's like these special little coins.
Is there anything special about them?
No, they were just a limited run on the mint. I found laying around the house.
Can I see, is there a particular face on it? Like, is it something that I would recognize? Or
No,
is it just...
nothing you recognize, nothing that strikes you just at a glance.
Interesting. I'm going to cast Detect Magic. Identify. Thank you. And I'll wander off. And with that heavy hinting, I'm going to go and take a look at the map and see if there's anything odd about it.
Go ahead and roll and investigate.
Come on, don't screw me, green dice. You screwed me, green dice.
It's a really intricate map, and had my computer not died, I would be able to actually print it off and show it to you. But, always back up your stuff, folks. It's a little, there's too much detail, actually. You're not quite sure what she means, but you'll revisit it. You're like, I don't have time for this right now.
Right, exactly. I'm packing.
You kind of get overwhelmed, you're like, I don't have time for this. This is...
Maybe instead of playing the violin tomorrow night, I will spend some time poring over it.
So, is there anything anyone else wish to do before they approach Mafonway?
Yes. So before I leave my room in the morning... Sorry, let me do... I have a question for the DM.
Yes.
Is Kathunk considered a person?
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah, he's a humanoid. As far as you know.
What's the language you're curious about?
A whole person versus...
Okay.
Based on when you last met him, you are assuming that will work.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you. And then I am going to try something new.
Cool. What's that?
I am going to try divination, and I will read that to you here in a moment.
Okay.
Once I decide my last bit of magic that I'm preparing.
All right. Dispel divination.
Yes.
Ooh.
So, and that can be cast as a ritual, so I do not have to... I think I have all my spells.
Correct.
Oh, please.
For 10 minutes, yeah.
So before I leave my room for the day, I am going to do this divination shenanigans.
This is a good spell.
Yeah, so this is part of just being a druid. Woo!
Yeah.
Druidisms. So the god or god's servant, you can ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. GM offers truthful reply. Reply might be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen.
Cool.
If I do it more than once and before taking another long rest, you get to fuck with me.
Yep, I saw that.
Yeah.
Took special note of that clause.
Yes. It's a wonderful class.
Like you do.
What god are you addressing? And what is your question?
So...
This is your morning prayer.
Yeah. So
you have to prepare divination though, as a
I
ritual.
always have it prepared.
Oh, cool! As a
Yeah.
grassland druid, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I always have it prepared.
That's awesome.
It's just-
I didn't know that was that one. It was
Yeah.
that's really cool.
That's cool.
That one and free movement is what I got it.
Cool. So who are you asking, and what's your question?
So I'm going to ask the attunement to the old gods that have been built into Marissa. If that
You're
makes
asking the
sense.
old gods?
Well, not like the old gods, but like nature, whatever the
Oh,
druid
nature,
base
not
nature
the actual specific elder. Any one of the four. You're asking the spirits.
No,
Gotcha.
not at this point. No,
I thought you were gonna go try to talk to Kosuth. Okay.
No.
Oh Lord.
Hey,
what the
how
hell?
you
used to do
doing?
that.
like the dark fist.
I mean, you could ask Kosuth the question if he's still alive. It's still alive.
I'm gonna just leave.
Burning is the answer.
Fire.
So
no,
you're
like-
calling out to the druidic spirits that
Yeah,
you
the
that
nature
you're responding.
gods
And
that
what is
I've
the question?
attuned myself with. What is the best or most appropriate form of action for Vasselior when we see him next?
All right. So as you sit there and invoke the power of the absolute upper tier of the magics that you currently have available to you at a 4th level spell, speaking to the gods directly themselves, in a brief window, your magic opens a hole in the arresting light, and you speak to the gods.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And they speak back. Many voices enter your mind as you are invoking the amorphous spirit gods of the old ways. To take a life is a terrible thing. It must be paid back in kind and in full.
And then I'll just meditate on that for another 10-15 minutes, go downstairs.
All right.
You missed an opportunity.
Did
Perfect question. Has Z1 really been far even as decided to use even
Yes.
go want to do look more like? That's a different.
Oh my, have you not experienced that? Have you not experienced that corner of the internet?
All right.
Oh,
Let's bring it
no.
back in.
Sorry.
It's
You gotta
fine.
revisit
It's
that
important
break.
that we're relaxed, but
I
let's
don't-
try to stay focused.
I don't internet as a person enough.
So, is there anything else we would like to do before you take to teleportation circle?
Just
Oh,
inform about our things that we need shipped to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we don't circle back by the time
That's fine.
it's...
I took that note. You guys, they'll find you if possible.
And then, and she paid us for the dragon?
Yep, dragon money, you have it, and she's
Perfect.
covering the cost for your junction tickets.
How much?
The party fund, the dragon gold.
Yes.
Yeah, it's in there. It's in
Oh,
there.
okay. Oh, it's in
I
there.
added
Oh.
it to the party.
Okay.
plan.
Okay.
Well, I will
Okay.
open up.
Perfect. And then,
I can tell you
so
how
I
much
would have
you have
handed
now.
her the 620 straight back for the things that she's picking up for us?
Oh,
For me,
oh,
specifically?
of course. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can.
You
She can pay me when you
currently
get back if you want. There's no rush.
How much did I get?
2,000.
Oh,
You're on a mission. You might
Total right now
need
is
the gold.
2,368.
okay.
Just make sure to pay me when you get back.
I owe you.
38 copper.
No, I really owe you. So.
Well, and I pull her away from Gilly so I can whisper, what you're picking up for me at the silversmith is a gift for your daughter. So please approve it. If you don't like it, have them change it.
I'm sure it'll be lovely. Alrighty.
I whisper something similar to my mom because
She's like,
yeah.
wow, what a coincidence.
Yeah.
Justice pulls her aside.
Oh, no kidding. Duplicroy from the shadow. Okay.
Oh no.
So, you guys all gather around, and in her foyer, she's like,
I'm 3 hours late.
And I
they kidnapped
But
you.
like, yeah, after like hour 1.5, like,
45 minutes,
yeah.
I believe, is your limit. Yeah.
whatever money
Going
I
in
owe,
reduced.
I leave with
You do? You won't let them front you?
I mean, if they want to.
They are
but,
fronting you. They're like, you're traveling, keep your money, you pay us when you get
Fronting.
back.
Okay,
They're nobles, they're incredibly rich. I won't let you guys, take 25,000 gold, but I'll,
that's fine.
little courtesies.
Cool.
Shoving
Just, yeah,
silverware into like my bag as I leave.
But like the idea of like 600 gold for Selena is just
Exactly. And they're like,
asinine.
yeah, that's
it's
like-
a lot
yeah.
of money. So I just kind of look at her and go,
it's like a $5 tip to them.
"You sure?"
Yeah. So,
That's okay. That's good.
she's like, you'll be arriving in the, oh my god, why did I write you? You'll be arriving in the place that I wrote.
City, Mountain, Fort, Hall.
You'll be arriving in the
City
Whirring
Hall?
Terrace. The Whirring Terrace at Titan's Junction, which also shares a space with the Stormcatch, the Air Spire. You'll be arriving outside the gate, the Titan Gate of Fort Mountainhall, and just you make sure to check in and who to pay. You're already scheduled, so.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for arranging that.
Yep, and those go every 7 minutes, so be sure to get out of the way. You don't want to be in a teleportation circle when someone else is coming in.
No.
It's a terrifying experience.
It's truly horrifying.
Splicing is a thing.
She just stares off in the distance.
Oh no.
I'm just kidding. All right.
Oh no.
And she begins to cast it. The runes, bright into a brilliant blue light. Step in, she says.
Okay.
All right. One after another, and the world disappears around you guys, and you're and you, the four of you land in a room of a nice dull kind of grayish stone with gold trappings, little runes. And this room is brilliantly inscribed with different. So there's gold trappings and gold affixes, and it's also the inscriptions on the wall are gold. Some of it is dwarvish, some of it is draconic, and some of it is common. These are arcane runes, and you stand on this permanent large platform, and it's a kind of a semi-private room with a little opening that you can see looks out into other semi-private rooms, and each door of this massive junction infrastructure. It's like the doors. It's a little bit of privacy, so you can see the next room, but not into it. So you can see these different little things. Actually, do you have a question?
Yeah. Besides the fact that I skitter off very quickly, I would have asked my parents before I left if we have any hotels in the region or where the recommendation is we stay.
Their recommendation?
Yep.
Oh, that's a really good point. They say, it depends on your budget, but the Tinkling Tinker is a really good bargain. Yeah. The Tinkling Tinker is a great bargain, and the Golden Stoutman is the upscale one.
I've had too much to drink for you to say "tinkling tinker" too often.
You like that? The Tinkling Tinkerer.
So he says it again.
The Tinkling Tinkerer.
I almost want to stay there now.
And then if you're really on a budget, the Flatulent Onkeg is a bargain price.
Oh God.
Yeah, let's not stay there.
That's a great name.
Thank you. I worked so hard on it.
That's
Flatulent
amazing.
Onkeg.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
I want to be as good as Mercer at naming things. All right.
The name of his first child.
So yeah, the Tinkling Tinkerer is the reasonable bargain, and then the Golden Stoutsman, or Stoutman.
Okay.
Please stay there, Landon.
Oh boy.
You guys are the worst. I love him so much. It's so good to have Landon back in the chat. So and you arrive, and it's and there's an attendant who's sit back as a human. He's must be 17. This is his Walmart greeter job. He's step off the platform, lest you suffer the consequences.
I'm already off.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Welcome to Titan's Junction.
Thank
Lyra
you.
Ruffton, the Grand Duke, Archduchess of the Rest greets you.
Thank you.
I'll flip him a gold piece as we work fast.
Shit! Thank you!
Yep.
He pockets it.
Fuck
me.
I flipped a silver.
Oh, fuck yeah! Pockets it. He's like looking at the two of you, like ready to catch.
I just stare him out.
Alright,
Or
welcome.
entourage, sorry.
Oh, that's alright. And you guys go into the middle room, this kind of foyer of this large tower, very large tower. And you can hear this kind of above you and all around you. And the kind of wind rushing through the different little holes. Busy place. And you know there's an air spire above you and teleportation circles all around you. What do you wish to do?
Oh man.
I'm so excited you guys are in a human city.
I almost slipped into my jester voice.
Oh no.
Oh
What
man,
do you-
what do you guys want to do now?
What do you wish to do?
We
Well,
should probably get lodging,
We
figure
should
out
get
the
lodging,
city.
and then we should figure out where
Reconnaissance
Vasselior
on-
is. And then shopping.
Mr. Shenanigans and his cohort.
If we believe that we will be at odds with Vasselior, we should likely, how would you say it, gear up in advance
I
of the
do
conflict.
need more time to prepare. I mean, I'm just a mess right now. You didn't give me any time
Do you need
to
any
get ready
help?
this morning.
Can I
I'm
help
going
you
to.
at all?
I'm gonna druid craft as
Yes,
stealthily
probably.
as
I
possible.
mean, that might help speed
when
things
to
up.
ruffle
But
his hair.
Roll sleight of hand. We'll see. We'll see if you find the right moment.
So we find a hotel first, you think?
yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Finish gussying you
You
up.
find the perfect moment. Passive. It's against your passive, so he should eat you.
What did you do to him?
That's not
You
like an
crafted
attack roll.
what?
No,
I
it's
feel like
just-
that's an attack
It's just
roll.
like she basically. There's a really strong gust of wind. Your hair's like sideways all over.
Oh,
kinda.
you use gun.
Yeah,
Druid craft. Yeah. So it's just like.
That's
First
so
digitation.
So where are you guys going?
So here are our options. If we're looking for a good real nice place, real upscale, my parents said that the Golden Stoutman is very nice. If we're looking for something a bit more of a bargain but still nice to stay at, it's the Tinkling Tinkerer. And then if we're really, really cheap on our monies, then the Flatulent on Keg. But I don't think that Sedilius is going to be wanting to stay someplace like that
Yes,
unless we're
no.
really trying to fly under the radar.
Correct.
So
Let's not stay
let's talk about this and think about what we want to do
I would recommend.
in a place where we're not really.
You
In
hear a
the
voice,
way,
could
or-
you get out of the way, please?
Well, that's what I was saying. In a place where we're not in the way,
Yes.
like I've pulled this off to the side somewhere.
Names, please. And there's a man sitting at a desk as you guys are kind of sauntering down from the landing,
Oh,
making
sure.
your way. And there's like a guest and there's guards and stuff like that. Names, please. And he has like these half moon spectacles and he wears silver. Red and gold robes.
I let Sevilla speak first.
Civilius on mustache.
No,
And I billow my cloak.
no, really. We don't take kindly to puns. And he's like looking down. He's like, oh.
Yes.
He marks it off.
And Gilly O'Shea?
Miss O'Shea.
Justice.
I'm not
Probably
seeing
your
you.
Warforged number or
I'm
something.
not seeing you under claimed assets.
I'm
He's-
no
he is
one's
not an
asset.
asset.
Oh, forgive me. This is Fort Mountainhall. There's not many of free men who come through here. I apologize. And you, Miss
Selena.
Selena. Okay, right here. And the Archduchess of the Rest, Twyra Ruffin, greets you in her warm embrace, and welcome to Fort Mountainhall. He slams on his desk, and he's like, this bad boy can hold so much entrance in it. Slap. And there's a shimmer, and one of the walls that is a gold door kind of melts away. He's like, right on through.
Thank you.
And the guards kind of give you a nod. There's a couple Warforged actually in the room, and they all have gold inlaid armor.
I'll leave the
As
silver on
guards?
his desk.
Yeah, they're Centurions.
I'll leave the silver on his desk too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your patronage.
I try to
I
They're-
don't, because he didn't remember me. I thought I was joking. So he doesn't get a tip.
They're
Earn it.
probably typical
Lord.
Warforged, but I'll see if I can just catch eyes with any of them.
Mhm.
Usually, I'm sure they're staring straight forward, but if I can catch eyes, I'll just make eye contact with one for a minute.
Roll persuasion. See how your force of charisma works.
This is gonna go really well. Are you sure it's
Don't
not
roll it on the
deception?
paper.
17.
You are able to catch eyes with one of them, and he just gives you like a look, he's like, right? Am I right?
Yeah, exactly. That, you know,
Humans,
the rock,
am I right?
The rock was
Yeah.
That's super. Yeah.
And there are 2 centurions that were in the room. So you guys exit off of the Whirring Terrace. I'm assuming you're not going up to the Storm Spire, obviously, and see the Titan Gate and the Clutch Auroras. So, as you exit out of the Titan's Junction and see the massive, brilliant dwarven gate, which has a large dwarven face that is entirely made of gold, a gate that you can pass through like an airship through. It's so huge.
Yeah.
On one side, on the right, closer to you, so you guys are, if you are facing the gate, you are on the right southern side. So the gate faces west. And you see a gold dwarf statue, a sentinel statue with a large bearded axe, a statue that must be 12, 15 feet tall and much, much wider, that sits there on one side of this massive golden gate structure built into the side of the Draco Sierra Mountains. On the left is a half statue, a gold dwarf statue that seems to have been melted down at one point, and barely any of it remains. Instead, there is this kind of amalgamation, this metallurgical monstrosity or beautiful artwork, depending on your opinion, of a kind of almost beehive-like structure attached to the side of the mountain that is like every which way, and there's these little holes in ceilings, and there's these outcropping myrtle holes, balconies, and things like that. This is a residence of some sort.
Why did you do this to me?
I'm sorry. It's just in the world.
That
and
you built.
All sort of. All around it are an assortment of warforged.
Outside of it?
Yep. This is a clutch.
I would recognize this.
Yep. This is how warforged used to make their home in the war. Randomly, almost. They were not taught this. They just, in the war for makeshift homes, this is what they would build out of whatever material they had laying around. Complex, very highly organized structures that are like beehives. Incredibly well organized and completely efficient. That they Warforged just started doing one day in the war. No one told them. It just started happening.
I love
But
that.
on second
Thank
thought,
you.
maybe genocide's okay now.
And there's
Just kidding.
There's
just kidding.
Warforged
I just
all
don't want
around
bees.
with gold inlaid armor, the integrated armor with symbols of Fort Mountainhall.
Ants do the same thing, so think of it as an
Yeah, I
anthill.
know. I'm just terrified of bees.
And that is
Think
Clutch.
of it as an anthill then.
That is Clutch Auroras, and that is the city guard.
Nice.
There seems to be a very large and tall, over 6.5 feet tall, Warforged with a massive golden shield and a brilliant, not gold sword, because those don't work, brilliant sword. He's a sword and shield kind of guy, and he is wearing a uniform. This is some kind of commander of sorts, and they're having some kind of informal meeting around the city halls. What do you wish to do?
We could continue that conversation about where we're staying.
I would recommend.
The middle of the road. We don't want to attract attention, but we don't want to, stay in any slums.
True. Indeed.
We will need to put in our names, so.
I mean, we already gave the guy our name. So.
No, I mean at our hotel, like I told you.
The inn?
Whatever inn we're gonna stay at, so
she's
that
mer-
things
She's
can get to
merely
us.
saying that it's not as a non-issue.
Sure.
Yeah. Unless there's some reason why we should be incognito.
That was the only thing that I was bringing up. So.
Unfortunately, if Vasselior has ears out for us, we've already announced our
Of
Arrival.
course.
Correct.
That's true.
Our
Lando.
So, would Gilly know in which area the Tinkling Tinkerer is?
The Steamstruck Halls.
Steamstruck Halls.
Lead the way.
All right.
I'm sorry, before we leave, does it look like the Warforged are in the middle of like a meeting? Like an impromptu meeting?
Informal meeting, kind of a huddle. Oh God, I just used a company term. A huddle of sorts. And they're talking, and they continue to be dispersing. It wouldn't be out of the ordinary to walk up to talk to any of them, even the Dominus.
I'm
as
going
you
to-
know is his rank.
Yep, I'm going to approach the Dominus.
And he's kind of looking around. He sees you approaching. And, hail, citizen.
Hail, Dominus. How goes... I don't remember what I said. How goes it?
It goes well. Am I familiar with you?
No, I'm a newcomer to this city. I wished to avoid any pitfalls. I am a free warforged and would like to avoid, what is the human expression? Putting my foot in my mouth?
Oh, understandable. I'm glad you come here with a open mind and a willingness to obey the law. Follow the laws. Be respectful. No thieving and running. Mind your betters. That sort of thing.
When
Are
he
we
says
close
your
enough to hear
betters,
this?
No, he's walked off.
Yep.
You guys. I mean, he's not concealing his voice. He's a pretty big guy. You hear every other word.
Yep.
So.
I heard a disturbing rumor before we came. I heard that some of our kind were disappearing in this city. That it might be unsafe for our kind.
Disappearing? I'm not familiar with any open cases. Are you sure?
It might simply have been a rumor.
you know that they're property that are disappearing.
Yeah,
They're criminals.
Like that.
Yeah.
Got it. So
They're not freed. Yeah.
Are you talking about the
Did you
Cactius
just be
people?
the
Yes,
cross-eyed
that
pigeon?
must have been it.
Yes, I just was the metavision.
Well, they're not disappeared. They were warforged who broke conscription and were hunted down by a bounty hunter. Lady Cadia's business, what happened to them. I don't know if they've been brought back to work or what, but my understanding is the bounty hunter that she's enlisted is top rate, so I don't think it's an issue.
Well, would you happen to know the bounty hunter's name? I would like to avoid such a person.
Professor Vasselior.
And do you know what? I'm sorry, how would I word this? If I would like to avoid running into such a person, is there a particular part of town that I should avoid?
Where did you put you, buddy? He is in the. Where are you, buddy? He is actually in the Nestled Narrows. That's where he keeps his workshop.
I'm just taking notes.
On Jeffron Avenue. I mean, they did alert me of the case. I just wouldn't call it disappearing. These are criminals who are being hunted down in a letter of the law.
Understood. Well, I've heard stories of our kind incidentally being accused of crimes and thought not to be freed people, so I try to avoid those kinds of situations.
I mean, as long as you have your papers, you should be good.
Of course.
Then I don't see an issue. You seem to be a law-abiding citizen. You came to the Titans Junction.
Of course. And what was your name, Dominus?
Epsilon.
That's a good name.
Stole it from you.
I was gonna say I had a warforged named Epsilon once.
A little homage. There's a lot of homages in this game.
I love this. I am Justice.
What a terrific name. Are you looking to sign up?
Not at this moment.
All right. Well, be on your way, citizen. If I see you around, and he gives you a.
I will just nod, or whatever would be appropriate.
You do this.
Warforged.
I'm
Okay.
going to show the utmost respect.
Yep. I'll return back to the group. And once I know that he's out of earshot, I'll say, I've secured the location of Professor Vasselior.
Perfect.
Is he staying anywhere near the Baroness?
His workshop is located in the Nestled Narrows, although I do not know geographically where that is in relation to the Baroness.
I'm aware that that Jeffron Avenue is in that area, right?
Yeah, and Dominus said he's staying on Jeffron Avenue.
Oh, did he say Jeffron Avenue? I
He's
just heard
probably
workshop.
actually staying either with the Baroness or with in some sort of she's probably put him up in some sort of housing arrangement.
Could he have her charmed?
I don't know. I don't know what his capabilities are.
That's...
I also don't know what her capabilities are. Do I?
Who?
The Baroness.
She's
The
a-
Baronetta. She's not
The
Baroness.
Baronetta, sorry,
She's barely
Baronetta.
a noble.
Yeah.
No, she's not of any importance.
She's
No,
not
it wasn't remarkable that Brahm knew anything about it, but you guys had kind of mentioned a few things, or at least I decided to exposition, one of the two. And yeah, it was a miracle that it was a strength. It was a point of strength that he knew anything that was going on, because it shows how sophisticated the network, their spy network, is.
Wow. 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 Damn.
Did we know about a not a Whisper House, but a Friends of the Fallen
Yes.
here? We know about one in Messenia, but do we know about one in Fort Mountainhall?
I asked about Fort Mountainhall. I don't remember what the answer was.
I have my notes about
There's
in
no,
Messenia.
they don't have a house in a proper house in Fort Mountainhall.
I think there are operatives here, but no.
Okay.
Nobody free. Nobody
Just
open.
checking. Okay.
Baronetess, technically. Sorry, not Baronetta.
And when I woke up in the morning, I felt fully rested in terms of my spells.
Yep.
Right? Oh, well, I guess I'm not. I guess I'm getting better.
Yeah, Magitis tends to pass with rest.
But that's good.
Good
Good God.
So, you guys enter the Titan Gate.
Hit my foot.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Alright. One of the smaller doors of the Titan Gate opens. Welcome to Fort Mountainhall, the Herald Warford Guard says, and a few of you enter on through the gate. Not only just you guys, but a few others. The sight before you, it bewilders the senses. Many metal lifts and many metal lifts and wires and cords dot the landscape of this massive cavernous abyss before you. On the far other side, you see another landing, but you can barely make it out. And in a very smooth rotation, you see the hustle and bustle of a predominantly human crowd with some elves and some warforged, and a few other of the minor races. They settle onto a lift, and the lift whizzes and then plummets very quickly down, and there's just this steady stream of traffic and people waiting to get in, and you believe that the city is beneath you.
So the clutch is outside the city,
Yep.
on the side of the mountain, outside of the walls.
Yep, that's the clutch. Yep, that's where Clutch
Interesting.
Aurora is.
Wow.
And Selena's never been to the city before.
No.
That's what I thought.
This is big time Fort Mountainhall. This and Gish are the biggest there are. So, you board one of the lifts of the bellows.
Head
As
towards the
we're
end.
getting towards the lift, I want to make sure we're not being followed.
Roll perception.
That's a good call. I'll give you guidance.
I'm just distracted.
Guidance.
Me too. All these war portions right there.
19.
You're not being followed.
So guidance, but not assistance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean,
So-
if I could give you both, then I'd give you both.
I think I'm distracted right now. I wouldn't be
Okay.
thinking.
So you're not being followed. So you look on into the bellows, and you can board a lift if you so choose down to Fort Mountainhall.
I've never been here before, right?
No, none of you have. I mean, Civilius has a little bit, but he doesn't remember it.
It's been a while and
You were on a bender?
too much drink.
It is an impressive sight.
It is.
Well, maybe we should establish a base of operations with all due haste.
So on the way
Yes.
to the Tinkling Tinker.
Tinkling Tinkerer.
Tinkling tinker.
So much
Yep.
alliteration.
I know, these names. We should really...
We should have stayed at the alliterating alliterating.
I can't wait to describe it. Can't wait to describe its sign.
Did you hear what Rob said?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I'll get in line for the thing.
All right. So you guys all board. You try to board the same lift, of course.
Yep.
Don't split the party in the cavern. So you guys are swung down. It's pretty jarring at first, but you eventually
Featherfall.
Yeah, you pass through, and then the kind of this massive cavernous opening eventually narrows to a kind of smaller, and you kind of have walls on either side of you. One by one, these lifts kind of funnel into this opening. And so the first stop, I don't have it on order. So the first stop, are you guys making your ways directly to the Streamstruck Halls? Do you want to? So you're going to pass the Gilded, and there's like a really sophisticated directory. You're going to pass the Gilded columns for shopping. And on the other side, so it's on either side, is how this city is split up. So you see now you arrive at the very first hall of Fort Mountainhall, and the city arcs in two large directions. The city has large cavernous walls that have obviously been smoothed out and built in, and where there is not this kind of gray-like stone, there is gold fixtures usually for most building statues and other accoutrements. And on either side of you, you can see these kind of curved, massive city hallways that seem to go on forever. And this is a city of distinctly dwarven make. So on one side, you have the Gilded Column. Huh?
Everything short.
Nope. The Gilded Columns, and then the Amalgamic Depository, which is for industrial logistics. That's left and right. Do you get off for this, or are you guys headed toward the Seamstruck halls?
No, we should be going towards the halls. I mean,
To set up?
Yeah.
I mean, we need to take care of this as soon as possible.
Well, we're going to the inn first, right?
Yes,
Correct.
because
Only
he didn't get enough time to get ready.
As we're lowering down, I could say, would it be efficient to re-up any expendable supplies before we seek out the doctor?
Yeah, I mean, you guys might
Before
want to.
we engage the doctor, absolutely.
Yes.
I think first
But I
we
mean-
head to secure lodgings.
Of course.
Time is of the essence. I cannot be seen in public for much longer.
Oh God, he wasn't even talking about this.
Seriously,
that's
that's
what he's
yeah.
worried about.
So it stops there for a moment as people unload, and it lowers again.
It was the amalgamic what?
The Amalgamic Depository. It's the
Amalgamic
industrial logistics
Depository.
corner. There's a bunch of rows and rows of warehouses and things like that.
Can I grow flowers in his hair without him noticing?
You might be able to. So the interesting note about this is there's some on the outside, but a lot of this city is built into the mountains. So like you walk down hallways and you just see like these big openings. You got 5?
You got 5 for sleight of hand. He notices.
Yeah, it was her tussling your hair the whole time.
Yeah.
You lower one more level.
Flowers.
On your one side is the Halcyon Commons, the government and administrative buildings. You see here there's a bit more like parks, but they're less lush, they're a bit more sophisticated, simple, and efficient. The kind of aesthetics of brutalism take place. They're much more like efficient and severe looking buildings that house the government and administration. And on the other side is the Nestle Narrows, where you see beautiful front porches, house gardens, things like that are build the window dressing that belies the rest of Fort Mountainhall. Lowers one more level. The smell of steam and acrid gas greets your nostrils as you go down to the lower level. The lower level. And it bites at your nose as steam rushes towards your face, as does some sort of slurry-like smell from the mining. And you have arrived at the Seamstruck halls. The sound and the billowing noise of whatever machines and geothermal technology power this city can be heard, and that faint humming that you would have initially heard when you entered has now become more of a toll roar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is the upper class area?
No, this is the middle class area.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is...
Well, we said we weren't going to the nicer place. We're going to the middle of the road, the bargain. But not like the low, cheapy bargain.
Yes, let's get this over with.
You can see on the other side of the chasm, you can see, now that you're from one hall to another, you can see the kind of different mining camps in mining where apparently the workers, like the miners, stay. So you've arrived at Fort Mountainhall. What do you wish to do?
We head straight to the Tinkling Tinkerer.
You do.
Get a room and then probably...
The Tinkling Tinkerer is a pretty nice stone inn, as almost everything here is, built into the side of the mountain. You go down a bit of ways, you see a couple different things. Nothing that really catches your eye, per se. There's a few minor shops, probably don't house any magical items. Perhaps one alchemist that you could get like a cup of potions from. And the Tinkling Tinkerer has on it what must be a dwarf tinkerer, you imagine? And he is urinating, and his urine stream, urine stream is a rock that defies physics. It's all these little rocks that seem to be not connected in any wall that stretch over the walkway and look like they're about to splash and appear out.
Yeah, of course.
You arrived at the Tinkling Tinkerer.
Of course.
The dwarf wears all sorts of accoutrement and...
Yep.
I was worried that the whole place was going to be covered in bells. This is much preferable.
Urine is preferable to bells to you.
Have you ever stood in the middle of all the bells?
Have you ever stood in the middle of a bunch of urine?
This is fake urine.
This is fake.
Sure. Just saying.
Alright, I'll walk in.
All right. You walk
Yes,
in.
we
It's
walk
actually
in.
pretty nice. I mean, this is a stone inn, so that's actually kind of nice in and of itself. And despite the smell, once you enter the inn, the acrid, awful smell of slurry and the steam that is apparently being piped down beneath the city, that like the steam from everything else that's operating is piped down to this area and creates a kind of haze and fog that you have to choke in. But once you enter the inn, it's gone. And that's a pretty nice inn. Well kept, and you're immediately greeted by a servant, a gnome waiter. Oh, welcome to the Tinkling Tinkerer.
I will take your most expensive room.
Okay, they're all priced the same, but we'll get you the one I
The
just
best
cleaned. Oh,
Excellent.
sure. And there's a female human bartender with bright platinum blonde hair that is done up a no-nonsense bun, wearing simple brown apron that she's obviously very busy. There's actually the first time you ever see a dwarf at the bar, something you were not expecting. And he, with his big, brilliant red beard, seems to be drowning his sorrows in a big mug. He has no shoes on, which seems to be odd. And he has these two really cool guns and a barrel on his back. And he's wearing all sorts of fixtures, and he has like grenades and stuff. And she's just like
I'm gonna
sitting
lean
there.
over next to Justice and be like, "Don't strike a match next to that guy."
And this is the first time any of you, except for Sevilius, have ever seen a dwarf. That's how rare they are, because they do not. Dwarves are not a fan of this country, and they don't leave Quebec, Calrim.
Gotcha.
Calvarkin, sorry, and Avkelrim is the province, but yeah. And they're not very happy about being part of the country, but here's a dwarf. And he's sitting over there drowning his sorrows, and there's a decent little crowd, a couple different elves, I'd say about 55% elves, and then
He's wearing no shoes,
no shoes.
but he has guns and
he has
grenades.
guns. Yep. He's like wearing socks, but no boots.
I beeline it to the room.
Okay.
And then-
You're not. Well, all right. He paid me. And the gnome just resumes.
How much was it?
It is for this inn. It is 1 gold per person per night.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are we each having our own rooms? How are we doing this?
I'm really the only one that needs a room. You're welcome
There
to
are-
share.
There are a dozen rooms to this inn,
Yeah.
so.
You're welcome to share with me. It means.
I mean, I still
makes
need a
no
place to
difference.
be.
But you're welcome to share with me. It makes no difference.
Sure. Okay.
So
That's
far, I've been able
economical.
to trust you while I'm sleeping. So
I'll just stand over you and breathe.
Okay, see?
2 hours.
make
You
sure.
do
you
I'm
do
kidding.
that.
I don't do weird
And
things
she didn't
like
mess
that.
it up too much. And I had it partially done, so.
Okay.
And I help him get ready to help
We'll
make
share
it
a room.
quicker.
Alright, so you two are sharing a room. You two are sharing a room, or you're on your
Sure.
own? It's up to Sophia.
Oh no, I'm on mine.
By yourself, share.
Sure.
Got it.
I'll just stand in your closet. Kidding.
As the property that you are.
Exactly. No, I'll get my own room.
no.
It's terrible.
No, that was cocked.
What? Did I just miss something, or were you rolling things without telling us?
No, Matt
Okay.
and I
Resume?
have shared a moment.
Okay.
What do you wish to do?
So before dropping stuff off upstairs, just taking a look around the room, maybe getting a drink so I can eye up the dwarf.
Okay. Justice, what are you doing?
I would go to my room. I would basically check it to make sure that it's secure, and then I would take a few moments to write Naz a letter that I would leave to have sent back.
Alrighty. What do you wish to say on the letter? Anything specific that you'd like to RP?
Yeah, I'm just basically saying, Naz, we have arrived in Fort Mountainhall. I am currently well. We are here to attempt to stop a grave injustice. I'm not sure what we will find or if we will survive.
Alrighty. And you already sent your sit rep. You already said you were sending your sit rep to the keeper. So
I did
that's
that, yeah,
that's
like
fine.
yesterday or the day before.
And then do you make your way back down to join everyone, or?
Sure, I mean, whatever appropriate amount of time.
Alrighty.
Point of order, though. Have we received word back from Cthulhu?
No, it hasn't been that long.
Okay.
Yeah. Nope. But thank you.
Um,
Okay. I
and,
mean, this is happening.
I make sure that we have our.
No, go ahead.
I make sure we have put our names into the like registering at the Tinkling Tinkerer with our names.
Yep.
So that at least mine, so that they can find my mail.
Gotcha. Registered. You guys did register. Put your names down. Justice.
Yes.
When you arrive down on the and start to line down, you just see a dwarf standing at the landing. He's looking up at you. He's like, "Justice?"
Recognize this dwarf?
You don't. Justice, my God! It's you!
I'm sorry, I do not recall your name.
What? It's me, Beefus!
That's what I thought. I knew it.
Beefus, I'm sorry, I believe that I have no recollection of meeting you.
What? Justice, that's you! I recognize you! Don't you remember me, Justice?
Oh God.
No,
Am I-
I'm sorry. I'm gonna roll
We're all here.
an insight check to see if he's trying to fuck with me.
Okay, roll an insight.
17. I rolled it on paper, but it was fine. 17.
You believe he's being sincere?
Wow. An excellent close out of my character.
Do I believe Justice that he doesn't know this person?
Roll an insight. Try to read the situation.
Yeah, I say, I apologize if you could,
Yeah, I believe him.
what would you say? If you could help recount my memory. Did we meet during the war?
What are we... No, not the war. You believe it's sincere.
Yeah.
Not the war. No, we were on a mission together. Everything went wrong. And he's like, so you guys are like winding down to the stair, and like he's stopped Justice on the landing, is emphatically talking to him, not like paying attention to the crowd or anything. He's just staring up
I
at
said,
this dwarf who is heavily armed.
I'll say, I'll try to say in Thieves' Cant.
Dodge action.
I'll try to say in Thieves' Cant, like,
Beefus had no levels in Rogue, did he?
No,
He wasn't 3 and 1. Yeah, he was 4.
I didn't know. I'm
That's
making a Hail Mary. I'll try to say the vocal context will be like, I'm sorry if I don't remember. Perhaps that we can talk about this. And then in the subcontext, which you won't understand, I'll say, please use discretion if we were discussing a previous mission, because he's talking about a mission. So.
He just looks at me. Like looks
Are
around.
we still close enough that we can hear?
You guys are jammed on the landing. Like
Okay.
yeah.
Then,
And I
Oh well, you cut down pretty quick, so you're sitting down. But you two are jammed on the landing.
but if I would have seen somebody approach Justice and stop them, then I wouldn't have continued. I probably would have been behind them looking for people tailing us.
So you are. So go ahead and roll perception. And you can see the scene's getting pretty tense, and the lady at the bar.
9.
You don't see anyone. She's like, "Is everything all right here?"
I just go ahead and I go ahead and step forward and say, pleased to meet you. My name is Gilly. I'm traveling here with Justice. I'm Gilly O'Shea. And might I know what your name is?
Looks at you. She's like, "My name's Beefus. Beefus Boombeard."
It's very nice to meet you. Might we all just sit down at a table and have a chat?
Roll persuasion.
I'll buy drinks. Does that give her advantage?
25. Oh, if you're giving me advantage, I can roll again.
If I
but...
pay for drinks?
Yeah. You succeed, but yes.
Okay. Yeah, 25.
Yeah. I'm sorry. We'll sit down.
Oh, no worries.
It's like when we approach the bar, I say, Beavis, I believe that you are the first dwarf that I have the recollection of meeting. Perhaps I was damaged and do not remember?
I'd say so. When that ship went down and we got into that wretched island, I'd say yeah. Oh.
Ship? Island?
Oh, is it coming off?
He
A
leans
little
in.
bit. It's not bad.
He's like, "You were with
20
me.
minutes full.
We were hired by the Grandling Company. That was when we met."
So they've sat down next to me now?
You guys are all at a
Yeah,
table,
we're all at a table.
and he's
Okay.
talking to you guys.
I'm paying for everyone's drink.
You were there when the airship went down with the ambassador. You were there on the island.
What was the name of the ship? I forget. I personally
The
forgot the ship.
Mistress of the Seven Winds?
The one that, yeah.
Sounds right.
It's like,
Yeah.
There's no. It's
Well,
canon.
the Lady of the Seven Winds, I think, but yeah. Queen of the Seven Winds.
I have it somewhere.
It's alright.
Continue.
is it possible that you have
What
been
is it?
mistaken for someone else? That was a recent event.
No, I mean, you were in disguise for some of the mission, but I remember you. We sat there and talked at that inn, the Purple-Eyed Pixie Parlor, for quite a while before the Grandling, whatever his name was, that elf, came and got us.
This is the Dicker ship.
Yeah, the Dicker ship, yeah.
And he's in custody right now. How are you not have been tracked down?
How are you not dead? It crashed over the sea.
I thought that everyone died.
We ended up on this... God, please believe me. We ended up on this island. It was surrounded in this strange kind of mist, I guess you could say.
Insight check?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was
roll
going to
insight.
say, do I believe? And he's saying, please believe me, but...
So that is a 10. Seems legit.
Yeah, I have a 10 as well.
I'm going to try out another new spell.
Oh, I was going to use something that's... But
Fireball.
do you mind if I try something before?
No, go for it.
Are you sure?
Sorry, I was just
If you're
telling
already
chat something.
suspicious, yeah, I can.
I wanted to do with
So
Thing
what was...
just-
Sorry, what were your insight checks? Sorry, I was...
10.
10 for
His
Rob.
was also
Oh,
10, I
okay.
think.
10, yeah.
And I already rolled earlier. I do have a question for him before you ask anything.
Okay.
Do not say the name, but do you remember the initials of the disguise which I was using?
Yeah, GC. Or GS. No, GC. Shit.
No,
Yes,
GS,
Yeah,
GS. You're right.
GS. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shawcron or
Shawcross.
Oh, my bad.
GS. Oh, like when he says that, like my head goes straight, and I'll be like, I do believe you.
We were on a mission to protect the Droskin ambassador hired by the Groundling Company for some coin, and it went down. With sabotage, I say. And we landed on an island, and we fought our way through a mess of assorted monsters. Yeah, go ahead.
Perception 24. Is anyone listening to us?
Yeah.
People are listening. He's talking rather loudly.
Oh, yeah.
So,
You could try to
let's
call.
say we believe you.
Yeah.
We have rooms here. Would you like to come up? You're creating a scene.
Roll persuasion.
I will help you. And I'll say, yes, our rooms are quite nice, and then we could have a bit more of an intimate conversation.
Total.
15.
We could bring an ale up to the room. Did you roll with advantage?
All right.
We already have seen one person in prison for this, and I'm being as quiet as possible.
And you now see with your perception that he had like a side gun on his left because he's been talking a lot with one arm. He had kind of been gently gripping it, and he lets go. He has so he has 3 guns.
Mm-hmm.
And then if he does anything, my first reaction is charm person.
Gotcha.
And I'm prepared to use Fey Presence whenever I need to.
So you guys get him up to your guys' room. He's like,
Would you like to cast a hut?
I'd be more than willing to do that. So I just start to
So
hum,
while she's
but
doing
while
this-
I do it, I explain what I'm doing to him. Like I explain it to him.
and you see his hand go to the gun again, but he gets up. He's like,
Don't worry. I'm just going to create a space that's safe for us, magically, to have a conversation.
And I'm gonna walk up. Selena, we didn't get to meet. You just sat down at my table.
Beefus Boombeard.
And this is the hand that had the gun on it?
Yeah, he's no longer on it. Yeah.
If you're friends of justice, friends of us.
I mean, yeah, friends. I mean, just acquaintances. But yes,
We worked together previously.
Yes.
He's working with us.
yes.
Close enough.
We went down on that ship. We got into that island. We fought all those.
Give it
All right. And he just paces back and forth.
I'm gonna just
The hut comes to life.
Yes.
stand silently. Calm.
We fought those godforsaken monsters, and we jumped. We jumped because the snakes were coming after us. We jumped, and we dropped forever, and we fought snakes on the way down, and more of that Yuan-Ti witch stuff, and we barely made it out of alive. One of the minotaurs died on the way down. We landed, we escaped, and we fled, and we swam until we couldn't swim any longer, and we got rescued. We got rescued by a College of Whispers airship. But then they tried to do us in. They tried to kill us. They took justice away from me and the other one. And I fled. I used my boots, my winged boots, and I flew. And I didn't want to because I don't like flying. I hate flying. But I fled because I didn't want to die.
Sorry.
I don't know what the hell I got into, but I fled. And then I came back here because I didn't have anywhere else to go. And I was trying to make my way back to Calvarken, where I'm from. I sold my boots. I just came here to drown my sorrows before heading off.
You say that we were picked up by a College of Whispers airship. They attempted to kill you and the companion that was with us.
They did kill them. They're all dead, Justice. It's just you and me. I heard the screams.
I'm going to use the dodge action and say, do you know the name Duplacroix?
Aye, she was there.
What do you know about her?
She's dangerous. It was her ship. It was some kind of international rescue mission, he said.
It was her ship that saved you.
Yeah, the College of Whispers commandeered it as a kind of international gesture to ease whatever.
So it was her ship originally, and the College of Whispered commandeered her ship?
Yeah.
The one that rescued us.
Yes.
Yeah, just making sure.
The one that rescued us, the airship in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Did she seem complacent with...
I don't
You
know,
guys being-
I ran when the killing started.
You said that it seemed that the ship was sabotaged.
Do you know by whom?
Oh, but I mean...
Do you have suspicions?
I can only conclude if I was picked up by the College of Whispers and I found myself in their employ, I could have been sent on a mission and then had my memory altered afterwards as a type of sleeper agent. It's not entirely uncommon within our craft.
That's a thing you do.
I would know this too, right?
If they do not want an agent to know what they did, there is no way to extract the information from them if they do not honestly remember it occurring.
Are you suggesting that the College of Whispers itself had you on a mission to sabotage a ship with the Droskin ambassador?
I would not say it would be above their doing.
Because that is some war starting thing. That's some war starting shit right there.
That is why you would do such a thing surreptitiously.
We're in the middle of politics.
Can't
Going
believe I
away.
ran into you. I was just about to head off. I was just about to leave. Had you not gotten here when you did, I would have never seen you.
It would seem that fate would have us cross paths. If what you say is true, I believe that you are sincere, and with the information that you provided, I do not know how else you would know that information about me.
I'm telling the truth.
Is there maybe some way we could work on restoring your memory?
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I would know that?
Yeah, roll Arcana.
I'll help you because I'm asking the question.
Yep.
Advantage. Why are you not using your dice tower?
Yeah. Why aren't you using your dice tower?
I should have.
What's the total?
So that would be 15.
15 just makes it.
Nice!
Really low.
DC is basically 10 plus the spell level.
It's not that low.
Greater Restoration.
Got it.
Restoration. Okay.
Greater Restoration.
What do I know about the healing capabilities in this city?
Pay for play, probably. You might be able to swing it.
Okay.
I don't think you know of any one particular location, but if you have enough contacts, ask around, you might be able to find someone. Mercinia is like swinging a dead cat and you can find one, but...
Are there, let's see.
You could try the Hall of the Left Hand, the Ari, but, oh wait, you wouldn't want to try the Ari, sorry. Yeah.
What has you so jumpy?
I mean, what wouldn't have him so jumpy at this point?
I saw my friends murdered and I've been on the lam ever since.
Have you been followed?
Oh no, I mean, I'm pretty good at spotting things. I got an eagle eye, and he like whips out his gun, and he puts it back, but I just ran out of money, so I sold my boots because I don't want to fly again anyway. And I was about to make for Elder's Rise and Calvarkin.
So, Dicker Senior's in custody, being tried for that airship going down.
I read the paper, y'all.
If what you say is true, the Countess that owned that ship is never going to figure out what happened unless she finds you. Because he has no recollection.
The Countess of Avamere. Yeah?
It was her ship that was carrying the ambassador. And
Right,
apparently you lot.
right. Yeah, I know it was. What do you suggest I do? Go to Antinia?
No.
No. I just...
I think at
I'm
the
trying to
moment.
It's a flying city. Don't make me go there.
No.
I'm trying to put some pieces together.
Yes, I think
Okay.
I think for the moment it might be wise if you keep a low profile here in our room.
Oh, okay.
You have alarm, right? Were you
No.
casting that? No, that was never mind. Different character. Forgot what was going on anymore.
So before we go much further, and I don't know you, Beefidus,
Beefus Boombeard.
Beefus,
Yeah.
so
Clan Crafter.
just my background. But if his memory was modified, who says yours wasn't?
I mean, I remember everything. Oh. I guess
Yes.
Oh.
So I have a suggestion.
We disguise
Perhaps.
him and take him with us?
Yes, because a dwarf is going to draw a great amount of attention.
You want me to go with you? Where?
We just want to go see if we can get a healer
Oh,
to check out Justice's mind.
okay.
Because Justice, I'm quite sure, wants his actions to be his own.
Of course.
And wants to make sure that he can make his decisions with all the information he needs. And if we want to get to the truth of things, we want to make sure your memory hasn't been meddled with either, if that's amenable with you.
Okay.
So, but I think it's wise to make sure you don't draw too much attention, which means we should maybe try to do a bit of a disguise and pass you off as what would be reasonable, like a tall
different dwarf.
halfling, or like no, not a dwarf at all.
This is a dwarven city. He's
no,
not going
but
to...
dwarves. Matt just said recently that dwarves are almost unheard of to be seen.
Yeah, this is an abandoned dwarven city.
Oh,
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
This is like the.
It's
Yeah, you don't go
mostly
back
a
to-
human
you don't
city.
go home.
So what would be? So could he pass as like a
Test-
shorter
Shoot,
human?
short human. They're medium
Okay.
sized, so
Yeah.
you'd want to do human.
I can help with that.
Yes.
Beefus, in as much detail as you can muster, what can you tell me of the events of what caused the airship to go down? What precipitated the event?
I will say, before you answer that, his answer might not be correct.
Yes, until we.
It might be changed.
I understand that.
Okay.
Unless we're going to go find a healer at this very
I
moment.
think the sooner the better.
Okay.
I mean, if we ask
Yes.
now and then we ask the same question again later, and it's a different answer, then we know it's been.
we can
That's
test for.
true, particularly.
Correct.
So I
However, a
have my
healer
back
would
to
be
the
able
door
to
so no one
know.
can leave.
However, a healer would know if the memory had been altered,
Would
Anyway.
they cast?
and
Mhm.
if
They would gain their the memories would coincide with each other basically.
right.
It would be confusing, but you'd be able to discern what your true memory was within reason,
We could-
depending on the
And
severity of the abuse.
furthermore, we're going to need to know about that if what we suspect about Vasselior is true.
Well, if
We're
anything,
going to
a
need
good-
to know how to fix his mind, should we come to that.
if
So it
any-
doesn't hurt for us to go find a healer now.
Okay.
Well, you're just
But we
a
could have this
function of our
conversation.
plans.
We could have this conversation while we work on the disguise.
Of course. I'll
If
pull
you
out
still
my
want the
disguise
answer.
kit if you are amendable.
Amenable.
Yeah.
Roll
amenable.
persuasion.
Well, amiable?
Someone roll persuasion.
I'll do that.
Gilly just had the whole
Persuasion?
thing, so let her
Oh,
do
okay.
it.
I mean, am I doing this with advantage
I can
or
help.
just
I have a
by
plus
Go
myself?
ahead. Yeah.
That's
I'm
not-
amiable? I said amendable. You can't
Amenable.
amend. Amiable?
Can
Amiable.
amend a person.
It was a 12 while it was cocked, and I rolled it as a 2 and a 4. But I have a plus 9, so that's 13.
13?
Yeah.
That music.
Yeah, right?
All right, I'll go with you.
Does he seem sincere?
Yeah, he does.
I'm going to make you into a very ugly human.
Okay.
And as we talk, I'll say, please recount in as much detail as possible the steps that precipitated the...
Go and roll your disguise check. He says, we were just sitting down at dinner with the Smitty, the Minotaur. Okay.
Gonna sneeze?
Almost. The Minotaur captain, and we were talking to the Droskin ambassador. You stepped away and then came back as Gideon. Or you stepped away for a moment, I remember that much.
Please do not use my disguise's name.
I'm sorry. Well, then Lottie, you were gone. You said you were surveying the ship. You came back. We got around a bit, and then all hell broke loose. We were flanked on either side by those pirates, and there was an explosion, and we all went down and fought like hell to survive.
I rolled a 24 on the disguise check.
Nice.
Flanked by
DC
pirates,
24.
you say?
Yeah, on old, broken down wasps.
Unless...
Minor.
Those are Droskin airships, right?
Yeah, they're Droskin, but I mean,
But could have been solved.
everyone uses them.
Not to metagame, would you have given me anything when I did
Oh,
that
guidance,
check?
of course.
Guidance.
Is
You
that
can't give
fair
you
to
advantage
ask?
when you need guidance, yeah.
Okay. So that's a +2, and I will with the advantage thing.
Yeah,
don't
my
get it.
guidance is like,
it's just a,
you know,
I thought
he
said
could,
10.
you could use this to really
So
cover
26.
up the beard if you need to.
26,
and-
DC 26.
With the guidance, yeah.
It's just a razor.
No.
Do you?
I mean, she's
Shoot
into
you.
performance, so she knows a bit, but not enough to be
Alright.
proficient.
So he tells you that, you get his disguise on, and he's like, and that's all I remember before everything went awry.
You didn't know anything more about these pirates?
No, we didn't have time to think. They just came around, they
Oh,
were
that's
pirates,
fair.
they
That's-
shot at us, we
that's
shot at
fair.
them, we beat
Does-
them, and we crashed with the ship. And then
Was there an explosion?
Yeah, massive explosion. It took out the ring.
Would this ring any bells for me in terms of like demolitions or like like a sapper during a war?
Yeah, it sounds like a job.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Let's go find that healer.
it
Yes.
occurs to me right now that we left with a dwarf up to our rooms. We're coming back with not a dwarf, but still one more person than we came in with.
Are there windows?
No.
How about we
It's
just?
built into a mountain.
I would just say let's time our leavings.
Oh, it's like in the side.
Interspaced.
Yes.
So none of our rooms have windows.
No, it's a cave.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
we'll-
was thinking,
It's fake windows.
Real fake doors.
is there a servant stair at the back of this place that we might be able to, like, him and I might be able to go down and we can meet y'all at the front?
Sure, if you want to try.
No,
Real
we'll all
stealth?
leave separately.
Yes,
He
let's
guys
do
has a
that.
pretty good dex. He's a little noisy, but
20.
all right. You kind of help him along, but he's pretty noisy on the way down because he has like a big gunpowder barrel. I guess.
Well, it's
you-
just about not walking past the front desk.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
And actually, I guess he'd leave the barrel at home. Or he'll set the barrel there, and come with you guys. Get some horns. So, you guys are making for where?
So I inquire at the desk. Where can I purchase some potions, do you think?
Potions? Potion. God, I'm doing Irish. We're no longer in Bridgeton. Potions, she says. Well, for potions, I would recommend that you go to probably Incredible Curios. You could try the Magnificent Magnus. That's pretty much it. There is, of course, the official trade in, like the formalized trade. You could try the Ari if you want. The
Okay.
Fort Mountainhall is home for the Imperial Confessory.
And I've been feeling a bit under the weather lately. Do you know where I could go to see a healer?
She had magitis.
The hall,
contagious.
I
the
just
hall of
wanna
the
make sure I'm
the hall of the
recovering.
left hand has the formal church inside of it.
The Hall of the Left Hand.
The hall of the left hand. It's where the church folk hang out. It's the temple.
Okay. Do you know if they can handle cases of magitis?
Is that real? Do you think?
It
I
is.
don't know. He says so.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I don't
you
think
look-
it's contagious.
I've
You
been
look like
feeling
a
a bit-
proper mage, so I should believe you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose.
I love how that's a thing now in canon.
Yeah, it is. I think they could. Yeah, I think they could.
Do you have any recommendation in case I can't? Or is that the place?
That's all I know, yeah, around here. I mean, Mercinia is the city of healing, you know.
Of
so.
course. We'll be there. But thank you very much. And I leave a copper on the table for the... Is that reasonable,
Yeah,
or
it's
is that
fine.
a cheap amount?
It's fine.
Okay, I'll leave a copper on the
It's
table.
like a cheap motherfucker. It's like you leave.
Swearing your name. So, as you guys make for
I don't want to be cheap. I just,
the Halcyon Commons, or perhaps the Gilded Columns, depending on your choices, up north is where you're going. We were going to go ahead and take a break.
Whee!
Perfect.
Group up chat.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's pretty lively tonight. Yeah, I have to...
What are you...
I have to pee
like a
like
racehorse.
nobody's business.
Okay, folks, we will be back. Thank you for everyone who's hanging out in chat. You guys have been really funny
what's
and
chat look
distracting.
like?
It's been pretty funny.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying tonight's stream, follow the channel, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
I'm gonna come over here and chat.
Yeah, let's...
And they'll chat with you during the break. We're gonna
Flatulent
throw up
on
the break
keg.
screen.
Yeah, if we would have just been there.
Thank you.
A
Did
midget
you
in
transition
disguise.
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
We'll be back
Wait,
in
I
10.
can drop guilty voice.
Yes, you can.
Got
and shit later.
It'll be melted.
It will.
Welcome-
It'll
It's
just
too
melt on the
cold
table.
right now.
Why are you like this? You let ice cream melt.
It's too cold.
You let.
Rob wanted to
Ugh.
finish
Ice
the
cream is too
popsicle.
cold.
That's okay.
You can eat a popsicle on stream. There are entire
He
streams.
just
Right.
doesn't want to eat something phallic on camera.
No, sorry.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, it
Different.
wouldn't be.
Jiff it.
Okay.
Okay, so welcome back. So when we last,
Wow, died.
so just a little quick note. What is going on here is you guys haven't really missed out on much. Just like one of the background moments of the stream, which we kind of ran in a one shot a long time ago, is that there was an airship carrying the Droskin ambassador, foreign country ambassador, and it went down in a blazing
Oh yeah.
flame of glory.
Get it in there.
And it kind of set this background tension that is in the world. But other than that, there's not too much going on that there's nothing going on now that you guys don't know that they know. So you are caught up to speed. There is an airship that went down. Justice might be involved. He has his memory altered, like wanted to do, and there seems to be some conflict going on in the world. So that is where we
A
are.
little bit.
So we are picking back up. You guys were escorting Beefus to. Did you want to try the Halcyon Commons first or the Gilded Columns?
Straight
Where
to the
the healer
three
was, right?
hands.
Yeah, the left hand.
The Hall of the Left Hand?
Yeah.
Just to give you an idea of what the Hall of the Left Hand is, it's the formal temple and semi-judiciary body of the government.
So we do not announce who we are. We just look for healing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I go in and tell them that I've been coming down with Magitis. I think I'm coming down with Magitis, and we go from there.
It is,
Well, like-
actually, now.
Yeah.
It is now.
Yeah, it is now.
It's not just you pulling one over.
No.
on
Nope,
you.
It's a
it's
thing.
now a thing.
It's a thing.
Meningitis.
It actually is
And
great
here's
that we're
Daisy
going
the-
because I do just genuinely want to make sure I'm in tip-top shape with
Yeah.
my magic.
It's
before
gotta
we
make
do
sure
it.
It's
don't
the
like-
nickname for degenerative arcanic disorder.
Mm-hmm.
Degenerative arcanic disorder.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best.
I call bullshit on all of this.
Otherwise known as
Uh,
gag.
your deep throating has been clipped.
Yes.
So thank you to our new follower. Okay. So the Hall of the Left Hand first in the Halcyon Commons?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, I would say we should take care of this. And I'm wherever they are, I'm yelling this from the back of the train.
I do have a-
'cause I want to keep track of all of these people.
I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Would it typically in this world be cheaper to try to find a potion of like greater restoration, if that's a thing,
No.
or get it paid for
the
to be?
services are cheaper.
The services are cheaper, but the services you have to go through like more official channels.
Will the services render your disguise?
It
I'm
wasn't
done.
magical.
I'm not wearing a disguise at this moment.
No, his.
No, it won't interfere
sorry.
with the physical
Wow.
disguise.
It's a physical
It's
disguise.
a physical. It's not magical.
Completely. Okay.
Straight
So you
over
looked at me and
dramatic
said you're.
disguise.
We've got some extra shoes between us, right?
I'm
I do.
sure.
I have
Will,
like
I was gonna
3
say we
extra
could-
pairs of shoes,
will his
but
feet
not that'll
fit
fit
in
Dora.
any of my shoes?
Yeah, he's a good. Well, no, you're pretty
You know
slight.
what? Why don't we go
He's
buy
like-
him a pair of shoes?
Oh, that would be very nice.
Okay. He's like, hey, I could. No, wait. He'd tell him, but an upmark. Never mind. I was like, I could go back. He doesn't want his winged boots. Never mind. We could go to the Unyielding Hides and get me a decent pair. I've got some coin. I don't know why I didn't think of that before.
You
Yeah,
seemed
I
very
just-
distraught.
Distraught, yeah.
You know what?
Cute
Yeah.
montage of like Pretty Woman, like as he's trying on all these outfits and
Oh,
we're
God.
here judging it.
role playing you, baby.
Oh God.
The slow burn.
The
10
shoebox.
seconds, yeah.
The shoebox, and then.
Yeah.
So do you want to get him some shoes first, or do you want to go to the Halcyon Commons?
How weird is it for?
Him to walk around with no shoes.
The church won't turn him away.
No, I got some burlap sacks. We could
The
just
Halcyon
tie 'em up
Commons
to the
are below the Gilded Columns, so you have to go up to you.
How far away from the inn are we at this point?
You
Have
were
we
on the
really
lower
left it?
level? Oh, sorry. From the inn, you're not long away. Not far away.
So
If it's on the way, I say we get him shoes. Otherwise, we head straight to.
You guys
I
can
was
just
gonna
get him a
say-
pair of shoes. We can
Okay.
handle it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
perfect.
We get him a
Yeah.
pair
You
of
get them,
shoes.
some in the Steamstruck halls. You stop at like a local like basically someone who finds rags, cleans them, and makes little shoes out of them.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're rag. They'll do them for a couple days.
Good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. So Sorry.
And he can get himself some nicer shoes when he wants to.
Yeah, he's
Or-
got
or
coin.
we
He
can
sold his
figure it
winged boots.
Yep.
Yeah. And they're a pretty penny. They're nice shoes.
Yep,
Yeah.
they are. So, you arrive to the hall. Well, you go to the Halcyon Commons. The Halcyon Commons have the more idyllic, as is a synonym, park structures. The public. That 5-minute shoe role play. Exactly. The parks that are less beautiful, but still nice and welcoming to the structures that have obviously been magically enchanted and grown in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So the level of niceness, it's the Nestled Narrows is nicer than the Halcyon Commons.
They're about the same. The Halcyon Commons is more functional. It's a government district.
Okay, and so it has parks that are like that, but they're of similar niceness to the Nestled Narrows. It's just that Nestled Narrows is more residential.
Yep.
Okay.
So the Halcyon Commons have these different golden superstructures that house the three branches of government, you could call them. The Ari building, which is the golden building of the Imperial Confessory. The Hall of the Left Hand, which is the church, the official, what is known as the Transcontinental Church, the Athenian church that is in Gishari. And then the Midacian, the city hall of Fort Mountainhall. And these three all share this large, expansive common ground, with the Midacian at the very end of the Halcyon Commons, and on the left, the Hall of the Left Hand, and on the right, the on the right, the Hall of the Left Hand, and on the left, the Ari. So there you are.
I was gonna say if it was
And they all face each other.
the hall of the right hand.
Yeah. Well, it's if you were the hall, if you were the Midacian, it's
The
it's
left.
That,
Yeah,
it's
yes.
left. Yep. So, what do you wish to do?
I'm still gonna stay behind everybody as we're traveling. We should probably just not to arouse suspicion or all the suspicion. If we're gonna arouse suspicion anyway, we've all been traveling together for months. If he's modified, he might be modified. I don't know about the three of us. You didn't feel well.
Well, when I
If
get checked out
it's-
for my meningitis, we'll see.
I feel fine.
I have a question. What are some other plausible, I don't know what you would call it, diseases or afflictions that could explain the need for a greater restoration outside of modified memory? Something that would not arouse suspicions.
Meningitis.
Well, you have meningitis, but
Yes.
let's say could we have
And
traveled?
I want to make sure you don't have meningitis.
So I'm just
I
asking,
don't.
is there anything else
I mean, that's our excuse.
as a cover story that would be...
And
Yes, but I'm not sure what would be deceptive enough for religious personnel of that caliber.
We just
Our-
go in and
they'd
say,
know
I
immediately.
want
Our-
greater restoration cast. And then pay them not to ask any questions.
quick question.
Unless there's a form that you have to fill out.
How much
Quick-
does Mercinia cost for greater restoration?
So, one thing. You first, and then you.
So, Warforged casters exist, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Archimedes.
You can
models.
cast at least one spell, so it would be reasonable for us to be concerned about you having meningitis if I have it, and you. So the only one who we know that I don't actually. Sir, do you cast any spells?
Who are you asking? Beefus?
Yes.
No!
I didn't.
Good
think so,
God,
but
no.
It's fair to ask. This is very magical.
Beefidus is actually my name. I don't know where you came with Beefus.
I never said. I said sir.
Oh, okay.
I didn't.
My
say
name is
Beefus.
Beefidus, not Beefus.
Not he's just having a problem. He's drunk.
I'm not using his
Corrected
name in
me
public on
earlier.
It's a dwarf.
purpose.
Of course he's drunk.
So
I'm on purpose not using his name in public.
Oh,
what I was
no,
doing.
my name's Carl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a thing established before we left, so.
we
and
could
way
always
back.
just lie and say that he is a caster and that we have all potentially come down with meningitis.
I think they'll notice if he's not a
I
caster.
don't think you guys
How will they
understand how
know?
magic works. If they cure you of something, they will know what it was.
So, Sevilius had a really good suggestion. You guys are sitting here talking about just walk in, ask for greater restoration, and pay them to keep their mouth shut.
Yes, exactly.
Yo,
That's why I asked.
money.
Yeah.
Pay for play.
Like
Okay.
that, I used to do this.
Money
Okay,
greases
how
all
much-
wheels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, getting back to your question, about 500 gold, usually going rate per cast.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's not Mercinia, so
You
maybe it's
mess.
less.
Maybe. Or maybe
We
it's more.
can't take you anywhere.
Okay. I was just,
What was
if that is,
the words?
500, give or take a little bit.
Per
Per
cast,
person.
yeah. Per person.
And how much would the bribe tend to be?
10%, 10-20%.
Okay.
Okay.
We could manage. For
Yeah.
all
Well,
of
then
us.
we shall.
It's in your.
Oh
Where's that where it
it's on
came
your
from?
arm.
Oh God, Rob!
I don't know how that
He
goes.
got chocolate like on his underarm. You can't even lick it. You can't even get that to
Quick,
your
Matt,
mouth.
lick it off.
Now I got it. So, do you enter the hall of the left hand?
Don't give rid of it. I love this.
Yes.
It's such a thing. We go there. We
Yes.
go to the hall of the left hand.
You're going
Yes,
in.
please.
Let's role play it more. Let's dally.
No,
And
this
this
is
is
important.
Carl.
This
I'm
is
just kidding,
incredibly
yeah.
important.
This is Carl.
Yeah. Oh, pleasure to meet you. So, as you arrive in the hall of the left hand, the golden pews, and you guys first get to this kind of almost office-like setting, which is unusual for a church in the foyer. Not office, reception. And then they direct you into the main hall, and you see the golden pews and the brilliant gold and gray stone that is so indicative of this area. All around you are human priests wearing the telltale white and turquoise and pastel pink robes of the Transcontinental Church of Marissa. And one of them greets you. Welcome, goddess light your path, young woman with white hair.
May he never look upon me.
Yes, may he never look upon you.
I believe I've been coming down with a case of meningitis, and was looking to see if I could maybe see someone about that and make sure my compatriots aren't afflicted as well.
This is a house of healing. We prefer the term arcanic degenerative disorder.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're right. I've been out and about a bit of. Yes, I believe I'm no healer, so I don't really know, but I believe I've contracted degenerative arcanic disorder.
Degenerative disorder.
The arcanic degenerative disorder.
Add
Their
for short.
ADD.
Add.
So, I would be more than happy to help with that. That's for a slight case. You don't seem to be that worse off. A simple lesser restoration could do you fine.
Okay. Well, I would like to be sure, so I will go ahead and pay for the greater.
Oh, of course. We'd be more than happy to help you. The examinator will handle that for you. I don't know
Wonderful.
if he has anything scheduled, so could probably help you.
Wonderful.
Anyone else?
I believe all of us are
I
looking
think a
for.
lot of
yeah.
us.
Oh
Just-
dear.
We want to make sure.
4 cases.
I've heard it's contagious.
5.
5 cases. Oh, I didn't see you back there. My name's Carl. Of course it is, Carl. Welcome. He gives you another.
Yeah.
He doesn't get out much.
Oh, it's all right.
It has him pretty spooked.
5 cases is going to stretch our resources awfully thin.
Oh, we have the coin for that.
Oh, do you? Oh, good. There's a bit of a rush at this point,
And
so
and
you'll understand the surcharge.
of course, and a bit we will also pay for discretion. I don't want it getting out that my family's become afflicted.
Of course.
Thank you.
So, 5 greater restorations plus discretion, plus the charge for the rush. Let's call it at 3,000 gold.
Well, trying to think of how I can haggle.
Go for it.
You could.
Let's see.
Would it be less if I came back tomorrow?
I'm afraid 5 is going to require all of our attention. There may not even be any slots open tomorrow. You'd have to pay more to bump people down.
Well, we are, do you do to give discounts for group rates?
Well, I mean, discounts for group rate? No. I mean, this is. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Would I know whether or not throwing my name around would help?
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Okay.
We'll
I'm
see.
just
We'll-
I'm asking before I do it.
You should just try
Well,
to
one
sit
thing
this
is-
time.
Your persuasion result will.
15.
You get the sense that you shouldn't throw your name around. In fact, yeah. No.
Okay.
Well, 15 you said?
I did not roll well, but
Really, though, 3,000 gold is going to have to be the rate. 500 each, plus the charge for discretion and whatnot.
Of course.
okay.
So it'd be 600 each.
Yeah. Yep.
Beefus can cover his part.
Wonderful.
He sold his
Okay.
boots,
Perfect.
so...
Okay,
Who
so
shall-
we each will,
Yeah.
before or after?
Oh, before, darling, of
Yeah.
course.
Okay.
But one at a time, one at a time. Who's first?
Anyone
at
mind if I
Justice.
go first?
No problem.
Justice first?
No, I said anyone mind if I go first? Because I'm
Not
the
at
one
all.
who came in and
Yeah,
everything
of
just
course.
to keep up with everything.
Not at all. I know
Does
that
that
it
work okay?
has been bothering you. Go ahead.
Oh, of course, yes.
Okay. So I pay my 600.
All right.
Are they gonna take her to like a different room where we can't see her?
Yeah, it's a private discretion. You guys asked for discretion. So you walk up to Examinator Thomas.
Okay.
Welcome, my child. And light kind of glows around him in his brilliant white robes and turquoise with the trappings of the Examinator, the high priest of this order. I understand your need of healing.
Yes.
Right this way.
Thank you very much.
Alrighty.
Am I put off at all by anything?
Go ahead and roll insight.
22.
He seems less than trustworthy, but not like he's gonna do you in. He seems kind of shady,
Kind of shady in what way? Like
like a huckster.
can you elaborate? Because
Like no, that's
not familiar with that word.
he said
Sorry.
like five. Do you understand the term huckster?
No, that's what I'm
Oh,
asking.
a con man.
Okay. But he actually is a healer. Like
He's
he
the
doesn't get to
examinator,
examinator
yeah.
without
Mhm.
being able to do things like this.
You're not sure, but he gives you that vibe, like a car salesman. There you go.
Might try to upsell you maybe or something.
Gotcha.
Or make sure he actually does it.
Okay. All right. Is it weird to have enhance ability on myself when I go do this?
No, you can cast it.
Cast detect magic.
You know what?
So he's escorting you into a private room. You can walk slowly.
Yeah. I'll just wisdom myself.
Okay, Al's wisdom. So he gets you into a private healing room. It's like, it's got like a nice little table, little white trappings, all very sterile, all very clean, all very nice. The gold trappings are less in this room. He says, I understand you're paying for greater restoration.
I am.
He's like, allow me to lay hands upon you and cure you with the blessings of the goddess Marissa.
Real quick, just this
Did you not want healed?
I do, but
Okay.
I just want to make sure that the service that I paid for, will that make sure that my memory is intact?
What do you mean?
Well, I've recently come to be aware that an associate of mine had been a little tampered with, and it's got me a bit paranoid, I guess. I'm a worrywart, and I just want to be sure that my
Greater
memories are my
restoration.
own.
This spell is all-encompassing. It'll cure you of many maladies.
Perfect, that's exactly what I need.
All right. He lays hands on you.
And is he actually casting the spell that
He is
paid
casting
for?
a spell.
Is it the
Would you like to
spell
use
that
your
I paid
reaction
for?
to roll religion?
Yes.
Go ahead. Welcome to the human cities.
23.
He is casting greater restoration.
Okay.
So he's like, puts his hand on you. And this big ball of brilliant light. Needs roll.
So he casts minor illusion.
I mean,
So what you don't understand is I have hold person ready.
So this is in a private room, but and so the light, and it kind of waves off of you, and he's like, "My God, you are affected with a powerful malady." Oh, and the stone kind of rattles, and the tables shake, and there's a.
is he making a play of it?
You have already rolled once, so that's all you already used your
Okay.
reaction.
No, I just mean, but like the sense that
It is
I got
dramatic.
from him earlier. Okay.
Yeah. So and so there is like so there's a shake and a whoa, and there's the voice of like ghosts all around you as spirits fly and shake. He's like, oh, there's a coming of the morning, the light. Cast,
Good lord.
Examiner Thomas, cast you out, demons.
The power of Marissa compels you.
And like the light gets brighter and brighter as he keeps casting Cure Wounds. Or no, Greater Restoration. Chat got confusing. There's a... I have healed you, my child.
Do we hear any of this?
Yeah. You're
I hear
and like the temple shakes a little bit and you are healed, my child.
Am I? How do I feel?
You feel good.
Nothing has changed?
Nothing has changed.
Nothing in my memory has changed?
Nope. I must admit, well, no, he wouldn't say that. Well then. And he opens the door, he says, you look to be very well rested and restored.
Inside.
Roll insight.
With advantage. 15. Yeah.
No. Oh, well, that's neat. Defender's advantage. How does skill checks work?
She met the DC, so then that would be it.
Yeah.
It's like hitting an AC.
He's hiding something.
I would really appreciate the truth of it.
Listen, I mean, it's embarrassing, but I couldn't. There's a knot in you. I mean, I cast a spell. I did.
I believe you.
There's a knot in you that I can't quite work out. I mean, I played it up a little thaumaturgy, never hurt anybody, but...
Oh, sure. I understand. It's your craft, it's your trade, and you're quite proud of it.
Right, yeah.
There's
some kind of knot inside you that I couldn't quite work out. Some
something,
powerful malady.
Something that the spell should have taken care of?
Under normal circumstances, yes, it abates these things.
And so, considering that I did pay a decent sum of money, what might you suggest my next steps would be?
I'm going to find a better healer. Will pay me to take another crack at it. I won't charge you the full sum, but I did try. I did use the spell.
I believe you.
Okay.
And what is your suggested discounted price?
Pay me 100 for my time?
Okay.
It is. I mean, I can't use the service for someone else.
Sure.
There's no guarantees, but...
Okay. But if that means that we can't get to everyone in our group today, that means we can come back tomorrow, correct? At the same price?
We can get to everyone.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and enhance your abilities, if that's all right with you.
All right.
Will that help?
Yes.
Which ability is that you use for
Wisdom.
your casting wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
I enhance ability wisdom for him.
Or, no, Examiner Thomas, charisma.
Charisma then?
Yep.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yep.
I enhance ability charisma for him.
All right.
And then I allow him to try the spell again.
And that lasts for an hour, so that gives him for all of us.
Exactly.
All right.
Yep. That's yep.
He sums up the energy. He's like,
Which means it drops mine.
yes. So he cast Greater Restoration. He'll roll damage.
And yeah.
So the light.
Fuck me.
Well, that was a 10. He was 10 on the high roll, so it doesn't quite make it. So he's like,
Shit, really?
mm-mm. He's just like, ah! Oh, I don't know what curse you have upon yourself, but that's a terrible malady that you've earned, child.
I appreciate your efforts and your attempt. Now, the spell that I did cast on you is going to help you
Yes.
for the next hour, should I
Yes.
maintain concentration
Of course.
on it. I'm sure that equates to some sort of discount for the rest of my compatriots.
Say 400 a pop.
You said 400 a pop.
Yeah, you're paying 600, you can pay 400 a pop.
And then like 100 first time, I think.
Thank you.
It's fine.
And I won't mention to the people I come across that this exchange happened, because I know your reputation and your
Perfect.
your reputation and your theatrics mean a great deal to you.
I'm a proper healer.
No, I know you are.
This doesn't
I
happen
just
very
mean-
often.
Yes, I know you
This
don't want
doesn't
people
happen
thinking.
to me a lot.
Yeah, it happens to everyone sometimes.
Yes,
That's
it
what they
does.
tell me. They
It
say,
does.
it does happen
It
to
happens
everyone.
to every healer now
Oh,
and then.
okay,
yes.
yeah. It was my first time this has ever...
Do you have a recommendation maybe in Mercinia that I could go to? Or is
Just
there anyone in this
there.
town?
That town is lousy with healers. No one in this town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I'll go next.
Next!
Yep. And I convey to everyone else that we are given a 400 per price. So I go ahead and I make sure that gets cleared up before.
400 if it works. 100 if it doesn't.
And I'll say, what did you...
Perfect.
No, I won't say, what did you do back there, all that sound? To get us a discount back in the private nerd. I'll say before I go, I'm quite shy if my companions could accompany me.
Oh, okay. I mean, sure. You asked for discretion. We're just trying to present it.
Okay.
So you want us all there with you?
In case something happens.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yep. Dodge action.
All right. So, as he summons up the light, he still has he's like the power of Marissa, the resting light compels you clean. And he. So I already rolled, and there's no change.
I feel no different.
Then you are no longer.
Yeah.
It didn't
yeah.
work.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I this has never happened to me before. I don't know what
No,
you guys.
I understand. It means that what my paranoia was not just paranoia, at least.
So you both have something he can't heal.
I do.
Yeah, they've got
He
knots in
does.
them. He's got a
And
lot of knots.
I've gone ahead and enhanced his ability for healing.
Yes. He's got a lot of knots.
Okay.
A lot of knots.
Yes.
That's quite disturbing. Would one more attempt, do you think if you are successful...
Could you give me some guidance?
I can't.
Oh.
If you were to enhance his ability, I could guide him. But that's... I've already sunk two of my second level spells at this point.
This is gonna be crazy if this works.
Oh my god. Okay.
Do it.
Yeah. What's enhance ability?
It's second level.
Oh, did I get rid of enhance ability?
You
Because
might
you can
have,
do it.
because
I
I can
got
do
rid
it.
of it.
No.
I did say that.
Thank you. I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah.
I got rid of it so I could have
I can just try again.
I'll give him inspiration.
One of you is gonna get bumped off the list at this point.
I give him
That's fine.
inspiration.
I'll
think-
be bumped off the list.
I think him and I are probably okay unless we know something we don't.
Did
Inspiration.
you hear me that I
Beefus.
said I give him inspiration? Okay.
And it's not forgive.
So.
Beef is.
Yeah.
D8.
D8 inspiration, yes.
I've got my back to the door again.
Roll.
What are
I
you
cannot.
doing?
I am rolling my best dice. I cannot. 4, 11, and a 1 on the inspiration. He can't do it. This actually makes sense. So he's like, ah! He's like, you can see he's visibly sweating, like he's not rolling a con, like he's getting sweaty, like he's like, I don't know what the hell. Did you run into a sorcerer king or something? This is magic I haven't touched before.
Oh, maybe we should see a real healer.
Oh,
I mean,
I am a real healer, I promise.
He's like breaking down.
He's an executor. He's a high priest.
Okay,
Yeah.
then one last, and I point to Carl.
Can you at least tell us if Carl has been
Well-
afflicted?
Well,
Well,
does it mean you have to expend the spell in order to see if someone has been afflicted?
this is my wait. He's cast 1, 2, 3. Oh, he actually. He's like, I'm actually tapped.
Okay.
He's like, I have to bring in the other person.
Are you able to tell if someone has been afflicted without casting a spell?
Oh, I can give it a look if you want.
Sure. Could you give the
I'm all
three of
over with
us,
my
the
accents
rest
then.
of us, a quick look over and
You give
see
him-
if we
Well, he
have
doesn't
any other
advantage on
knots?
that. He looks. He's like, yep. Nope. Nope.
Well, at
So
least we
Beefus.
know.
Beefus, yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Beefus.
Okay.
Be finished.
So
I was
So
correct.
Carl
So-
to him.
I'm going to go ahead. I just want us to be aware, if I go ahead and enhance this other person's ability, I'll be tapped with my second level spells for the day.
Well, we're not gonna do it. This has now become a priority.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
So we need to do this. So,
I'm still
You guys are the ones who beelined it for the right in. I can't do
yep,
that.
that's fine. So is your other healer of the same caliber of you? as
Yeah.
you?
No. Yeah. She's
Okay.
she's proper.
Okay.
Vice
Wonderful.
Executor. Yeah.
And do you happen to know which ability I should be enhancing
Oh,
for her?
she's all wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah, she's classically trained.
I'll let her know that's what
As
I'm
we
doing.
crit fish this thing.
Vice
If you want to-
exhibitor
Well, this is
Duplacroix.
exactly what I intended.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you want to fill this,
So that's 1, 2, 300 gold you guys have spent. Because you have to...
Right,
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
that's okay.
actually, he tried on you twice, right? Or just once?
Oh, so
Twice.
400 gold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
400. That's
Yeah,
what
which
I
I don't even think he had that fourth one, but it had already happened. We'll
Yeah.
say he had a little amulet. So, yeah.
You're the god of this universe.
Yeah, he has an amulet.
Anything you
God,
want.
King.
So the lady comes in. It was the one you greeted who negotiated the price. I understand I needed.
Yes.
Yes.
And if you don't mind, since it seems that our afflictions are a bit troublesome to remove, I'm going to go ahead and enhance your wisdom for this session. Is that okay with you?
I'm sure it won't be necessary, but very generous. Thank you.
We just want to be sure that we're in the best hands possible, and if I can help guide your hands at all, that would be great.
Is it possible?
So I go ahead and I cast the spell, and I give her inspiration with what I said.
All right, that's 2 inspirations
I know,
used.
I'm aware.
Did you have something?
That was it.
Okay.
And that's my last second of the spell.
Okay, come
Humans are
on.
the worst.
Roll.
And it's on
Roll.
me, right?
Huh? Yeah.
It's on me.
Natural 20? Is that what
Hold
that
on.
was?
Hold on. 18 plus 4, 22.
Uh-huh.
Plus 5 is 27. Hold on. I have to check.
We actually at least got close this time, so...
What does she have?
I'm waiting for one of you to explode now between the three of you. I
I
have
have a
like
grenade.
I have third level hold person ready
So
just to hold
insane.
everybody.
I'm also ready to use Fey Presence if I need to, but you know.
Yeah, but you're one of them that has a knot.
No, I know.
So like,
Sorry, I have to check the
you doing okay, Carl?
her spell piece.
The tension.
I'm going to stand in an area where I can get at least Bifidus and
Alright, so
Justice in
18 plus
Fey
4.
Presence.
22 plus 5 is 27. Okay, yeah, 27, of course. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. So, as the Greater Restoration, and like you can see her, she's like, my goodness! And there's a huge knot of light like that's burrowing into your skin. You feel an impulse momentarily to stab her in the neck.
I do not take it.
So you're like, okay.
Yeah, like the dagger like flies to my hand, and then I will try to
And
let it
there's
go.
a very loud whir.
Hold him.
16. Take 28
I've
points a
seen this
second.
before.
And-
Hold him.
How much?
28 points a second.
And
Wow,
I'll-
that's been 28 every time.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And I will say through gritted teeth, I will say, restrain me.
I'm casting hold person at level 4
Oh,
to get this one, that one, and Bifidus.
okay. Make a
Yeah.
wisdom saving throw.
I choose to fail it
Okay.
I will also choose to build it.
All right.
because I know I've been messed with.
Yeah. So you're paralyzed.
Yeah, I
Beefus
understand.
walks up,
Sorry,
and you
Carl.
lock up. And so as she digs in, and like you're overwhelmed with the psychic energy as it burns into your skull, you feel, you get all these flashes of pain and horror. You see a woman that you've never seen before, what you have seen before previously as Duplacroix. The imprinted memories fade away from your mind, and you see the face of Duplacroix. Do you know your mission? Do you understand what I've asked you to do? As you sit in some room that you've never seen before. Some dark hole in the wall.
I'm not the only one who heard that.
Yes, there's wall selling.
Some dark hole in the wall with no particular style of make. Completely indescript. She sits there. Your mission is as follows. You are to board the mistress of the seven winds as you are entranced by her in this memory that you have. You're to board the mistress of the seven winds. We have ensured that the chief engineer has built in structural deficiencies. We've ensured he has waived forged the shipping manifesto. It is your job to light that thing aflame. She hands you a blasting rod.
Oh.
Memory fades as you agree to the mission under this kind of trance. You then have the memory later of being fished out of the water. You have other strange memories too that you can't quite make sense of. You arrive on another island after fleeing that one island. and you are taken in by these strange turtle-like creatures. These 4 turtles and a kind of rat-looking master ninja type figure who train you. I'm serious. And they train you in a more peaceful way of monks and the styles of being a monk. And they take you and your companions in whenever you fled that island in the mist. This is really happening.
I'm the 5th Ninja Turtle.
Ninja Turtle. And you remember the peace that you experienced, but the anxiety of needing to be home as they cured you and healed you. And then you remembered that day that the College of Whispers airship arrived on that fateful, mysterious second island that was in the middle of the ocean somewhere, also concealed by a similar mist, and how they took everyone, they got you guys in the middle of the night, they probably slaughtered your friends. You remember the screams, and then you remember Dupla sending you on another mission. You are to put yourself in the good graces of the Countess of Avamere. You are to be on the mission to escort Servilius Anastasia to the capital city. Should he go for the Blade of the Vizier, should he try to abscond with it, you are to kill him.
So, just as a player question, do these get rid of this, or just make him aware?
Well, they're gone. The modified memories are gone.
Oh, okay.
It's like, and the Gaiuses and everything is just... There's a reason they had to roll so much. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Oh, man.
And then you remember your meeting in Cragmandu prior to the start of the stream, where you found her and recognized her because of the madness conditions inflicted on you by the mines. And she says, in the conversation you had, if he goes for that blade, I've put you on this mission. If he goes for that blade, you kill him. Just reiterating everything she did before she bested you in combat and modified your memory. You have other memories? Things that it's all coming rushing back and you can't quite make sense of all of it.
The one
It's like a kaleidoscope.
You see a man.
Yeah, but they've already...
You see a man that you see a man who served as a cook. You see the Baron of Thurmond Way. And then you're as you almost collapse from the weight and the pain of the psychic energy as the Gaius, you try to attempt to fight the last little bit of Gaius, and you see your will is lifted, your memories are unmodified, and all of the Gaiuses leave you like a phantom.
And
and the room darkens.
Darkens.
Because there had been all the casting, right? It darkens from the...
It darkens after. And she steps back, she's like...
Do I recognize
I can
who
only
that
hold them
is?
for so long.
Run.
Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna drop hold person and...
Yep.
Run.
Okay.
I'm under my own control.
Everyone rolls stealth.
I've got Carl next to me, and I am going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Wait, the run is...
Before...
Oh no.
No. She reaches out. She says, "Wait!" She grabs Carl Beefus, and she casts Greater Restoration, and you see him get a similar look in his eyes, like, and you guys run.
But I'm still...
Oh no, you. Sorry, not Beefus. You,
Me.
because Beefus isn't actually modified. So she touches you, and you remember the confrontation you had last session, and you remember Duplacroix, your mom, modifying your memory, the fight with your mother, Duplacroix being called in to reorganize you, and yeah.
But no Gaius on me.
No Gaius on you, no.
Okay. So I'm gonna grab Beefus' shoulder and be like, we're in this together. And cast Pass Without a Trace.
So the shadows begin to coalesce around you. Some of that darkness, you kind of counteract that energy and bring it under your own control, whatever dark invocation is being called upon you.
So...
And plus 10 to stealth checks.
ones.
Everyone roll your stealth.
I reroll ones, guys.
23.
23.
20.
20, wow.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. I have to actually check.
That's 26.
Okay, so give me those again, sorry.
23.
26. Oh,
Just makes it
guidance.
fail.
34.
I mean,
Two.
sorry.
And
Two.
how did Beefus do?
Yeah, that's
Never
what we're
mind.
right now. He's actually pretty stealthy.
That's fine.
Natural one.
Yeah, I rolled a natural 5.
Fuck me.
Oh no.
Alrighty. So, but you guys don't know that. So you guys are absconding. You are darting out of the house into the Halcyon Commons. As where are you going?
I'm gonna lead us to the nice section of the city towards Vasselior.
The Nestled Narrows.
Yes.
All right. So you guys
Wait,
beeline
really?
it. It's a
Alleyway.
quick decision. No
Sure,
time to talk.
okay.
No.
And so the Nestle Narrows are actually across the opposite hallway. So you guys practically you're trying stealthily, but then you're kind of trying to fit yourselves into the crowd as you enter the Nestled Narrows.
Do I have any idea what the darkening was about?
Roll Arcana.
Okay.
Can I assist with that? Because I'm curious as well.
Go ahead. Assist. Roll.
Okay. 24.
Some kind
No,
of
23.
some kind of reactive scrying, a kind of modified contingency scry, like an alert or alarm of some sort that operates in what's known as the Umbra Sphere. Yeah.
I use the calling card for Morgan.
Shit. Okay. What do you say?
I say, Morgan, we're in trouble. It's about Dupla. Please get here now.
Fuck, okay.
We are, and I tell her exactly where we are.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm gonna find the first alleyway that I think looks safe and shove us into it. And
I cast the hut at
Third level, just real quick.
Yeah.
Quick and dirty.
Without-
So she just
yeah.
after 1 minute, a hut.
I'm gonna mark that.
does that give us protection?
I'm trying
It
anything
should.
I have at my disposal.
It helps. It can't hurt.
It can't hurt us at this point if we're gonna stay here.
Does it hide us?
It does, to a degree. Let me exactly tell you how much it hides us.
Because I can hopefully get us out of here.
Okay, I tell her, Morgan hopefully will come here quickly.
What are you planning on doing?
The thing is, really quick, let me just make sure I understand how much we're being.
I know how it works. If that helps. Like it's protecting you
Yeah.
against magic, scrying, censoring.
Yeah, but
Things like that. Your
how much
voices
you
don't
can
carry
see through it, right?
I think you can see through it. Finds an invisible barrier.
The atmosphere inside the hut is dry.
So, but doesn't physically hide us, just magically.
Mystically hides you, but you guys are hidden by the past without a trace.
Yeah.
But it does block scrying, I do believe. So, what are you planning on? What are you wanting to do?
So,
you-
I'm quick perception, see if there's anything.
Roll perception.
following us,
Yeah, you can
magically.
see out of the hut. Can someone see
20.
into the hut?
20.
I think so. Yeah. 20 total.
Yeah.
Doesn't appear that you were being followed at this
Okay.
time.
And we can't be scried upon.
To our knowledge, yeah.
Okay. Then we're probably safe here for a quick second. Otherwise, we're in a nicer district. You can put your fancy clothes on. I can change my cloak. We can get Beefidus. You doing okay, Beefidus?
I'm freaking out, to be honest.
Yeah.
So are we?
Stay close. We'll figure it out. This is not the first time we've had some weird shit happen, but I think we took care of.
Go ahead.
Mhm.
I'm waiting.
I think we got rid of most of our problems.
The dome is opaque from the outside, but we can see it's transparent for us to see through.
Okay, so they can't see into it, but they do see an opaque dome.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but it does block like scrying and stuff or whatever, right?
It's yep.
Okay.
Magic.
It doesn't specifically say what it does and
But a
doesn't
scrying
do.
sensor couldn't pass.
It says
through it.
it says that spells
That's fine.
Yeah.
I got you. So, you guys are all standing there huddled, trying to. You don't need to be quiet because the thing blocks it, and you know that you're hiding in an opaque dome in an alley, hidden as best as you can, the quick and dirtiest way you could do it. What do you do?
Do we move?
I think we sit. Oh, but would Morgan have responded to me before
I'm letting you guys do stuff, and then I'll get to that.
before we get into the hut?
I would say it took you a minute. Yes. So you hear glitch. She says, "Gilly, we'll be there as soon as possible. We got to go to the junction. We can't just bump over."
Do I know how long that's going to take?
If they're doing it quick and they bribe, 30 minutes to find you and everything and get processed. Yeah.
So I think it's going to take about half an hour for them to get here.
Okay. Let's, in the next 5 minutes, disguise ourselves as best we can.
Okay.
We can just have Beefidus go back to being a dwarf. Nobody saw him as a dwarf.
He's going to draw more attention as a dwarf.
Maybe as a different race then, and then up to where Morgan's coming.
Yes.
Teleportation?
Yes, so that we can so I can send her a message when we get there or something.
Let's go back up to the gate.
Okay, so let's take the time to do the thing that we need to do.
Yeah, so 5-10 minutes tops.
Yeah.
I can
And-
physically disguise anyone that requires it.
I'm going to use my I'm gonna use the word to make myself a respectable commoner.
Okay. Respectable commoner. You use your armor.
And I'm just going to what would it take to make me look a bit more like a child?
Do you have any?
I have a disguise kit with me.
Oh, okay, but you're not proficient.
I'm not proficient, but I, like a
You can try.
performance check or something.
You can perform along the way to actively deceive people, and he can try a quick and dirty disguise. I would say disadvantage at this speed.
I'll be holding
So
I'll hold Carl's hand and act like his daughter as we go through the streets.
Yeah.
And
Keep
maybe
with
that
it.
will help his disguise.
yeah, maybe don't change him too much. Just change his whatever's easy. Keep him human.
Yeah,
Of course.
maybe a hair color or a beard, like a facial hair change.
Run roll disguise at disadvantage.
If anyone helps me, will it even it out?
Does
Or is-
anyone here have
Guidance?
proficiency in disguise?
Okay. Guidance.
No, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
It's a whole craft thing. So.
Got it. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
Oh,
And then can you look less fancy?
that would be
Yes.
19.
Not on
If
my
your
own.
Nice.
life depends on it.
Not on
Disadvantage.
my own.
Yeah, I understand.
Yep.
So you get a disguise DC 19 as to look more like a child.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
That's
one
pretty
was
good,
different.
actually.
Okay.
Magic can't beat that, buddy.
And can I guess the next I'll be trying to just change subtly, beef it so he doesn't look the same. Maybe
All
change
right,
his
go
hair
ahead and roll
color.
disadvantage still. Quick
Okay.
and dirty.
Do I get
Guidance.
on all these? Yep.
Yes.
It's understood.
19.
That one.
Yeah.
So that makes it. You need the total DC, or is it
Yeah,
just that?
it's only
That would be a 13.
okay, so you kind of you mess up a few shit. You're like, fuck, no time.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't need any. Just yourself, and I think we'll be good.
I will do
I
my
mean,
best.
If Sibelius isn't gonna be any less than he is, there's no.
I mean, not on my own.
Worst case scenario, I
Um,
can do you and then use the. Because how long does each attempt take?
You guys are running out of time. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
so-
like
I
this
have
is quick and
time
dirty.
for like one more
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
So
Yourself or me?
Just hold on, real quick, before you make that decision. What sorts of clothes do you have on, and do we have at our disposal to make you look a bit less?
I can give him my cloak of many fashions, and I can go back to my dragon cloak.
Is
Go
it
for it.
attunement?
She entered the town.
Nope.
No, cloak of many
Okay.
fashions, a minor magic
You
item.
put on the cloak. You disguise yourself as a respectable commoner. We'll do up your hair. I'll do up his hair and stuff, so it's very different and looks shorter, while you disguise yourself. Okay?
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So we do that.
All right.
I look more distinguishable, but I mean, I'm still a nobody. So
19. Again.
Okay. This is gonna be fun. Okay, write down your disguise DC 19.
So did you do yourself or did you do me?
That was
Also
me.
guidance on
Okay.
you.
Sorry, shit.
So
you don't
what's
have
mine?
a
Zero.
disguise.
And then Cal shadows to him.
No.
a cloak of many fashions.
Cloak of many fashions.
Oh, sorry. No, yeah.
And then he-
19 to you and Kyle Shadows to me.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And plus the cloak of many fashions helps. Okay.
Okay.
So you guys are disguised the best you can, quick and dirty.
Yep.
Alrighty, and then we're still under pass without a trace.
Yep.
So
Shadows are
let's
still
go back
coalescing
up.
around you.
And so, can I get the sense that that my hut is actually protecting us from Dupla at this moment?
I mean, it is protecting you from. You were hoping and praying that it's protecting you from scrying.
But I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You're not sure because there's all these little theories about what constitutes passing through. Like, Misty Step works, but other spells don't.
Could he detect magic and see if we're being scryed upon?
Go ahead and detect
If I
magic.
had
Could you do
10
that?
minutes. Yeah. Do I have 10 minutes?
Do you need 10 minutes wherein our lives depend
He's
on
not.
it?
He's not prepared.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah. I don't keep them prepared because
you?
they're rituals.
No, I didn't prepare that one because he
Oh,
always has it.
Fuck me.
Let's take the chance. Let's go.
Let's leave the hut.
Let's go towards the gate. Worst case scenario. I mean, she knows she lost us. She might not know why.
Worst case scenario, we die. Let us go.
How much time has passed since I sent the message to Morgan?
I would say with the disguises, 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
And how long will it take us to get to the gate?
If you guys are efficient, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
And
So
then
you
how
go now.
long does a scrying spell last?
Oh man, I have no clue.
Above her
I
magic.
doubt
above her
that
base.
she'll attack us in broad daylight in this crowd of people too.
Well, let's stick to whatever crowds we can.
Correct.
Okay. I disguise myself as a human female,
All right.
blonde hair.
Okay. And I hold Carl's hand, and I am going to pretend to be his daughter.
Roll performance.
Okay.
As we
And
go,
I'm
my
going to
hands are
guide
rapier,
myself.
ready to go into Bladesong at the first sign of danger.
Okay. You guys are hyper aware. No one's surprising you right now.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Does he need to roll, or am I helping
It's just
him?
you. But you're acting like a child.
Yeah.
He's just acting
So
like an
it's just-
idiot that's walking. I told
Right,
you
I'm
to
just
roll.
okay. No, I'm just asking like if he needs to also roll separately, so I know if I should guide him instead of myself.
No, go ahead. And roll. It's all you. You're carrying this performance.
25.
You look like a child walking next to a very upset parent.
Okay.
All right, everyone roll stealth again. You're coming out of the hut.
Do we still have pass without a
But
trace?
yeah,
That's
that's
not
what
true.
I will guide you. No,
Oh,
wait, yeah, I'll
okay.
guide you. 23.
23.
17.
I'm glad I guided you.
34 once again.
Nice.
22.
Good. How did Beefdus do?
We didn't.
Beefness did well.
Good.
With a plus 10. Okay.
Good.
So that's 2 and 3. Okay. All right. So you guys are stealthing through, attempting to avoid whatever mystical supervision that you are hoping to avoid. And you make your way onto the gate. You try to weave yourself into the crowd best you can. Along the way, a few of you, even with the coalesced shadows, kind of, you don't make a scene, but you bump into the wrong people. You step. The crowd loses you. You're standing alone there for a little while. Like shit, catch up. You are all panicking because you don't know how dangerous this. You know how dangerous this woman is. And you know what she's done, but you're about to find out, and you're just scrambling to make the best of a situation. You enter onto the lift, and you go up to the Titan's Junction, past the Titan Gate, and get there through there just fine. As you enter on, scrambling out of the Whirring Terrace, where the Titan's Junction is, it's Morgan, Glitch, Ardini, Belna, and Corwin and Corian, your brother and sister.
Nice.
Okay.
And they are all looked armed to the teeth.
I use message to send to Morgan to tell her exactly where to look for us,
Mm-hmm.
so that she'll know, but she can play coy
Oh, okay.
and say, please acknowledge and advise.
Just stand right there.
Understood. So I'll use message to each of them in turn very quickly to just tell them, stay put.
Let's go.
They're here. Act natural.
Morgan come through. So Morgan, you can see she steps off and she looks all worried. They look all armed, and then she's like, ugh, and she just starts stumbling, and she looks completely wasted. She's like, oh.
Oh,
And they all start hanging around each other, and and they all start singing and making kind of a scene, and their rather large entourage just kind of envelops you and surrounds you and starts moving you around. She's like, la la la. She's like, the Baron, lovely and fair, and they seem to be drunk in the middle of the day.
Like the Duke.
Yep.
So
And-
they're now in my 30-foot radius.
Yes.
So
You
we're
can
stealthing.
extend it. Yeah. The shadows coalesce around them.
I will join in.
She's like, yeah.
I sing as well.
All right. And she's like, all right. And as you guys are kind of in this huddle of drunken buffoons, and you guys are kind of swaying back and forth, like, your call. What do you want to do?
Dupla made us.
She made
We've-
you?
We've had our memories modified. At least myself and Justice and
Well,
Yes.
I would know that it was Dupla. I take that back. We were
And-
scryed upon. It's powerful.
and
I don't know.
please don't take action on this. I think my parents are in danger as well because my mom tried to modify my memory, and she called Dupla in for reinforcements when she failed.
It is Dupla.
Duplo is also directly responsible for the crashing of the airship.
Okay, we need to not talk about this right here and right now.
Out in the open may not be the best idea.
I
But
figured
but
we're-
we have
what
somewhere
you need
safe.
to know
Yeah.
is that Dupla is dangerous, and she's been messing with us.
Let's go back to my airship. It's docked just outside the midst. Or we can stay here and try to find lodging. It's up to you guys.
No, we need to leave. She
I can
knows
always
we're
get
here.
you back.
Yeah, she knows
Okay.
we're here.
Yes.
Whatever's safest.
My airship.
Okay.
It's docked in Crowfall.
Also, we haven't even gotten to the reason that we're here yet.
Alright.
So,
We can just.
but we can talk
But
about
we'll
that later.
deal with that later.
Yes.
Alright. The teleportation runes, as she begins to, she kind of escorts you off on the road as you guys drunkenly, and then the teleportation runes. And she sends you guys through first, and then she'll send the other ones. It gets up to 5. Either way, she can expend the resources.
So she's sending us through the runes.
Her own custom
To her
runes onto
airship.
the teleportation
To go
circle
onto her
her airship. Yeah, she's in control of that. So you guys, and shortly after, the rest of the crowd, and you see they all start to like look around. They draw their weapons. They all have their armaments out, and they start to scour the airship. She's like, search everything. Make sure it's not been sabotaged as well.
If I can
is
provide-
this a Dicker ship?
This ship?
Yeah.
Yes.
That might be a problem.
I will provide guidance in terms of the way that the previous airship had been sabotaged.
Go coordinate with Gish. Glitch.
I'll go with Glitch.
Okay, and I've stood between all of the bows or swords or whatever and Beefus.
Beefidus, I understand you're probably disoriented and uncomfortable.
I am. I don't want to go on an airship. I don't want to be here.
I understand, but it's more dangerous for you to not be with us, I think.
Why is this happening to me?
Well, that's a question that I ask myself a lot lately, as well.
Bad luck.
So if nothing else, take solace in the fact that you're not alone.
Sounds like you were hired once to be a mercenary.
Yeah.
Hold it together, you'll be fine.
All right.
We're sorting it out. We'll sort it out together.
That was so long ago. So far away now. And he just kind of sits and he puts down his guns. And he sits there on a stool, just looking down.
So remind me, the healers said that he was not afflicted.
He was not afflicted, and they got you.
So just the two of them were afflicted. It
Yep.
And
wasn't.
we've both been
Yep.
cured.
Yep.
I thought you said that he had also.
No, I probably misspoke. My bad.
Got it.
Beefidus, not afflicted and was
Okay.
not attempted.
And then the two of
Got
us weren't.
You guys are fine.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, the two, and they got cured at the very last second because of that woman.
Okay.
So, we sit down and collectively piece things together. Oh wait, you're gone.
I'll be back whenever.
But
I'm taking
whenever
them out
he
of the engine
returns,
room.
we sit down and we piece things together.
All right.
But in the meantime, I'm putting whatever information I have out.
Yeah.
Quick question for the DM:
What's up, boss?
did we pay the people before we ran?
No.
Pay what people?
For
Uh,
all the
were
healing?
Yeah, they
Yes.
collected it prior. Yeah, they were collecting it prior.
Okay. So
Yes.
did we give them the right amount, or did we give them 3,000?
So 100, 200, 300, 400.
Okay.
And then,
500.
huh?
500.
No,
And
hold
then-
on.
hold on.
It was 100 if it failed, 400 if
Yeah.
it
Oh, got it.
succeeded.
So 100, 200,
300,
300,
400.
400, and then 400 negotiated price if it succeeded.
Correct.
So that's 800 gold,
Okay.
and then succeeded 400, so 1,200.
Yes, that's what I got to.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they were taking payment before, like you said.
So we'll talk about prices for that in a bit.
Yeah, you're shutting out the gold.
Yeah.
All
Is
right.
the ship sabotaged?
Go and roll an investigation check.
Do I get any kind of advantages? I knew the one was done before. I'm not fishing. I'm just asking.
Just go ahead and roll. Oh, you're being helped, so roll an investigation.
With
Just straight.
advantage.
With advantage, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Not on the paper.
Good call.
Well, that's pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, that's not stopped. Yeah.
Well, that's still better. 18 plus 23.
No, it's a complete roll. 23. This ship is not sabotaged.
Okay.
I'm satisfied. I'll return to the presence of my friends.
Yeah, the ship is not sabotaged.
Oh God.
God.
I'll return.
Okay.
Man, you guys are. That's Edda for you.
Yeah.
So,
So we start piecing things together. We talk about the memories that we've
right, you guys
experienced.
brief Morgan, and she's like, my.
But in the hut after, because during that
That's
time
fine.
I've taken the 10 minutes to cast the hut.
Okay.
And it's just
Well-
Glitch and Morgan in there with us? Or
Yes,
your
just the
siblings?
high command.
Is
Yeah.
your ship
Ardini and
protected from scrying?
She says, yes, of course.
I'm
We
just
might
doing the
have
hut just in case. I mean, I don't know what to do.
Layers within layers. It's all good.
Yeah.
So, she says, oh shit, wrong thing. She says, you guys brief her, you give her the rundown. She's like, my God, I didn't expect all of this when I sent you on that little telltale mission. Dupla seems to be in the thick of it all.
That is a fair statement, if not an understatement.
Powerful too, by the sounds of it.
Indeed. It took the healers several attempts to remove the afflictions that we both carried.
That's interesting.
And, I mean, they were exemitors.
Yes, I mean, yeah.
With me enhancing ability.
How much time have you spent with Dupla?
Oh God, none. Never. I wouldn't be caught... Yeah, go ahead. So I wouldn't be caught dead with her. I mean, she was there whenever I did a concert in Del Mario, but she had to be. In Solitude, which is the capital.
I'm gonna try to
Glitch met her at my parents' house, so...
No, yeah, that's true, but... I mean, we can check him out, but I'm pretty sure he's alright.
No, I think that if these two weren't afflicted with anything, and they were present when that was all going down, then I don't think that...
Well, it sounds like you just happened to step into it.
I did.
And...
Because...
we didn't ask in front of the wrong people.
It's true.
We just asked in front of you and your mother, no matter how compelled she was to do anything, you're still her daughter. There's no gaius that can override motherhood. So...
I mean...
to make her feel better, not actually.
You got struck in the face with chain lightning.
Yeah, I mean, I got
I don't
struck
think
in
you
the
told
face
them.
with chain lightning after she tried to modify my memory. Like, that's nothing within character for my mother. And I don't...
Yes, but you're standing, you're living, and you're not gaius. She just modified your memory.
Yes, I know.
Versus whatever happened here. There's a level of respect there that would not have been if you were anyone else.
So,
Maybe.
one of the memories that comes flooding back to you is like your mother standing over you as she nurses you back to health, and she's like, I'm so sorry I had to do that, dear, but you don't want to get caught up in this mess. You need to stay protected. I'm gonna bring her in. I'm gonna forget all about this. And just, for the love of God, don't ask about her anymore. Stay away from her. That's the memory you have before Dupla swoops in and modifies your memory.
So I couldn't even remember my mother telling me that.
No.
Okay.
What do I remember of the Baron of Thurmond?
Thurmond Way, the Baron of Thurmond Way.
Thurmond Way.
That was the place where you did the thing.
Okay.
The thing.
Thank you.
Got it. You're welcome.
The thing.
And then,
I wouldn't share that.
of course. So yeah, I'll recount everything, obviously, to them. Did it seem that I was being compelled to blow up the ship? You said I was in some kind of trance, which was...
You were being compelled. Your memories had been modified in such a way where, and the gaiuses were layered enough to where you were charmed. So you were
Right.
fulfilling a mission.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna help Beefidus clean himself up and become a dwarf again.
Alright.
So, with Dickers, with Dryden's father being held, and Dryden being God knows where, Justice, Beefidus, this is Morgan. Morgan, this is Beefidus.
Pleasure to meet you, Lass. No, pleasure, yeah.
They're the only ones that can attest to what happened on that ship. Seems important, more important than I thought about.
And I think it's fair to say that Mr. Dickers was probably under her influence of some sort. Especially if she were seen meeting with him just before the launch of that airship.
Maybe monetarily.
I said in
Or
some sort of some
He may
sort.
just have been set up as a fall.
I think...
Either way, I think that she was definitely involved with him, with all of that.
Yeah, one way or the other.
Yep. He may be completely innocent,
Well,
or he may be complicit for some reason.
I feel like the confessory can suss that out.
Yes,
If there was...
however, we already know that they were not really inclined to actually suss it out. What faith do you really have that they're going to
but
be
you
worried
guys
about him?
secured him a fair trial.
No.
We
What-
could,
Which means that they'll know if his mind's been tampered with.
Perhaps. I hope so. But my faith is becoming very, very shaky.
So I know that the confessory would check for that first, usually, right?
They're experts in it.
Yeah, they'd normally check for that first. They want to know that if they're getting a fair trial, they want to make sure they have the right person.
That
and-
doesn't mean that they wouldn't still put him away for it and not be public about the fact that he was not alone.
But they would know,
Sure, they'll know.
which means we can ask.
Right.
The confessor doesn't necessarily owe us a favor, but we can ask.
I mean, my honest to goodness advice is like, I mean, you might have been being scryed on, but just because you were scryed on doesn't. How can I say this? Doesn't mean she knows anything. She saw you run from a room, perhaps, or something.
Fair. But the first thing that the examiner told us when that happened was to run. So I don't know how
Interesting.
powerful it was. I didn't get a chance to take a look. We got out.
It seemed as a reaction to him having those things lifted from him.
Could have been an illusion.
Possibly. You're not wrong. We could be overreacting. I apologize if we are.
Oh, that's okay. I'd rather you. I'm glad we found all this out. What were you doing in Fort? Oh, you told me what you were doing in Fort Mountainhall. My God.
Did we tell you what we were doing for a moment?
You did.
yeah, we just
We didn't, because I'm
Oh.
kind of leaving it to...
Oh, you guys didn't tell her.
No, we told
didn't tell her.
Dupla, remember?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's all right.
Dupla.
That's funny.
We
Yeah,
didn't tell
it-
her exactly why. We just said
We
we're
just-
going.
So-
to-
Yeah.
Right.
She's like, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
What do we do with this information? Do we inform Confessor Grantham?
I can push it through channels that doesn't come back to us
Mm-hmm.
without naming you or Beefidus, just that Dupla was in charge of Dickers, but God knows who she has under her wing or how. She has your parents, and your parents, I'm not fighting them.
I don't want to fight them either.
I mean, if she has your parents, who else does she have?
That's a fair question.
I mean, Justice was small fish in that bucket.
He was a means to an end for her. I wouldn't necessarily call that small fish, but...
No, but when it comes to being able to influence,
Oh, sure. Yes.
I mean,
yes,
in
you're
this
right.
world, he already has
Actually,
less influence.
if the College of Whispers was complacent in the deception, they're the ones who retrieved me, it would not be a stretch that it is possible that others within the government are also informed. Confessor Grantham could have been complacent as well, and the entire trial of Dryden's father could be
A ruse.
I mean,
A show.
I don't do this
Correct.
politics thing.
Quick question.
So,
From what we've experienced, what we've been told based on his memories and Beefidus's memory, did it seem like the College of Whispers came in to save people from the wreckage, or that they came in to clean things up and make things hush hush, like a complicit kind of act?
clean things up. They murdered them. Not the
Right.
act of a rescue
like-
mission.
Right. But I mean, like, if they were going to try to rescue the ambassador or something, or if they were making sure that everyone died.
Looks like they were making sure everyone died.
Meaning that
Not
it
just the
implies
murder
that they knew what was going to happen.
Exactly.
that would be
Yeah,
I
so
think-
either
not just the
they're
men, but the
also
women and
under
the children
blood.
as well.
I think what we need is to not tell anyone
But the
in the government.
Imperial Confessory is different than the College of Whispers.
Correct.
It's a different institution, and Confessor Grantham went out of his way to secure Dryden's Dickers a fair trial.
I think the
his
Countess
father.
and Grantham should know. I think they should know without us being involved.
How do we, you think that your kin or your brotherhood could
I think between
Accomplish
Morgan
that.
and I, one of us has somebody.
Bicel and the Cretans and the Hypersider, they're all buddy. They're chummy, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. And are they very like anti-Droskin, pro-war.
They're hardliners,
sort of
yeah.
thing?
They're hardliners. The Grand Presider's not a hardliner, but the Creightons are.
Okay. I would just point out that, and what do I know about the differences between the High Confessor Faisal and Confessor Grantham in terms of their politics or anything? Would I get an idea of their leanings?
So you've already met with Confessor Grantham and
Right.
had your experiments with him, so those are the things that you know. So Confessor Grantham
Seemed more.
seemed more progressive, if you want to use that word.
Grantham was a straight man.
Right.
He knows how to play the politics. He knows what's right, he knows what's wrong, and he knows all of the shades of gray that they operate in. He did us right when he could have thrown us under a table and made it not his problem.
Well, did us right is a stretch. I think what he did was he used the circumstance to his advantage to get what he wanted out of
Absolutely,
it.
but he also could have screwed us over royally.
You think that throwing us into still towers, throwing us into that was not screwing us over royally?
We
He-
kind of
He
volunteered.
gave you money and potions.
Yeah.
We kind of volunteered.
But he did put us in a bind. Do this, or your friend is screwed.
I propose
Well,
we
He
can.
coerced
we can-
us into a
excuse
very
me.
dangerous, life-threatening situation.
Excuse me. I do
Behind
not
us.
want to. Yes, I do not want to go over the previous things. Are we going to inform Confessor Grantham or not?
I think the past influences the present in this case. So I
So,
do think it's worth talking
Then
about.
let's ignore Grantham because do we believe the Countess needs to know?
Yes. I
As I
say we
said-
let as many people know as possible.
Have we seen the Countess
Covers our
and Duke
bases.
interacting?
No. God,
Okay.
no.
Then we inform the Countess.
It
Unless
was her
she-
airship. I'm sure she would want to know.
If
We can
I
inform her anonymously.
may,
I was about to ask, yes, please.
You've got a big card to play here. Don't go throwing it away on your good natures. We can move some operatives into Fort Mountainhall. I don't know what the hell you're doing in that godforsaken city, but we can move some people in, give you some protection, at least give you enough time to run if she shows up, so you can settle your affairs there. And then, when you have a better plan after you've cleared what apparently is incredibly pressing in Fort Mountainhall, you can approach the Countess properly with the biggest piece of information she's likely to hear in some time,
How?
and play her for protection or gain.
That's not a bad idea.
That is a
It's
very
not
good
into
idea, in fact.
politics. How much of your memory do you have from your past life?
Most. It was a long life. But, you mean as an archfey or as the Baron Lefay? Well,
Yes.
most of it. There's some bits missing.
How much do you remember of the Mage King that lorded over the area near Still Tower?
There was many. They warred and fought and died all the time, but, brutal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a reason you're asking?
I'm all ears. Literally, I'm an elf.
Kathunk.
Yes. Well, we don't really know how much of his former self is with him. Should we? Should we just tell Morgan what we're up to? It's up to you.
Just gonna find out eventually.
I don't see why
You have a
not.
bit more skin in this than I do, but
Lay it on me!
So while we were at Still Tower, we reclaimed a flicker of Kosuth for his blade.
Lovely.
In doing so, we took down what seemed to be an old Mage King's fortress, castle, whatever, in the mountain outside
Sorcerer
of
King?
Still Tower.
Okay.
Ruins.
Yep. And he had survived in the form of a automaton
part of his essence. He
Yes.
was not. His memories were incomplete. He did not know who or what he was.
No, much of his former power must have been gone, because I guarantee
Yes.
you we'd know if a sorcerer king was still hanging around.
Correct. He's still powerful.
Now I don't
He
know
partially impregnated
if he was
himself.
really actually residing within Still Tower because we had to teleport into that
It
location.
was in the mine at the bottom of a mansion. Or
Yeah,
bottom
it was
of
Right,
a
but we had to
mine.
teleport in, or was that just a pass through a wall?
You opened up a door and you went in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just remember we had to use
And then
those.
that.
It was
Those
just a door that
circles?
Yeah,
faded.
it was a special door.
Okay, I couldn't remember
And
if it was
then-
teleport or a door.
We touched all the treasure,
Right,
so
right.
it collapsed in on itself, and the hall is
Alright.
gone with whatever he had left of it.
Okay.
We
How-
left. Yes.
And where is he now?
I would just say we
He
left
is
him.
with.
Yes,
Sorry.
thank you. We left him within the care of Dr. Vasselior,
Professor.
Professor Vasselior.
Sounds good.
And then I received a letter saying that Professor Vasselior had begun killing and experimenting Warforged and using them to reinforce and augment the powers of Cthulhu.
Yeah, we're busy people.
Yes.
My goodness.
So the other
Whoops.
thing we're concerned about is.
One moment. Let me take a bit to internalize
Oh,
all
sure,
that
of
and hear
course.
it. Well then. So you're there to right that wrong? Who's he been killing?
Warforged.
He's
Okay.
Under conscription that
Escaped conscripted warfare.
Baronetessa.
the Baronet
Baronets.
Katya.
Yeah. Okay, don't know her, but
Yeah,
So-
she's a nobody.
he's a legal murderer then. Bounty
Correct.
hunter.
Yes.
Technically.
Yes,
Yes.
but he's potentially corrupting someone very powerful, more corrupt than they already were.
So trying to find a way to thread that needle. I understand. Okay.
And we're concerned that because when we were there was some sort of influence that the area was having on us, and
How she lost her hand.
Yes.
I became very pliant and suggestible for a time,
My
and
goodness.
wasn't able to make my own decisions properly. But
Hey,
I was
grace
not
for
the
an
only
hour.
one afflicted. I know that. Yes, that was
Dirt, right?
An elf
that.
afflicted.
That wasn't just a druid thing.
No.
That's true. I've never
no,
seen you eat muck after that. Anyway,
No.
Eating up blood.
anyway, eating up the mug, and we know Vasselior was at least made blind by it. So we don't know if maybe he's been further afflicted than that.
Well then. So I suggest, since that's apparently very important to you, and I can see why it is, we can provide you some cover, move some operatives around here, give you some cover, some alert to allow you to operate. Meanwhile, you deal with that, make a better plan to approach the Countess with, again, the biggest piece of information she wants in the world. And then decide on your next move. There's nothing you can do to protect yourselves from Dupla. She's going to come for you or not. The best you can do is give yourself an early warning. And we can do that for you. I'm probably not strong enough yet to take her on, but in due time.
Would I know what she needs to be stronger?
Time.
If you come up with any suggestions or ideas, or if we could spitball it a bit more at some point before we go to the Countess, I'd appreciate your insights.
I'll think about it, but you've got something she wants. Does she have something you want?
Right.
Thank you for not using this to your advantage.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Sure you would.
Insight check?
Go ahead and roll an insight check, big boy.
20.
Nice.
She might dream of it occasionally. Even with advantage, damn. I'm rolling like
I rolled a 19 on my
oh,
dice
nice.
with a
I'm rolling
+1
like jaw.
insight.
You guys should have gotten a fight tonight. You would have never been hit. Like the way I'm rolling, no, nothing would have
So-
happened. They would have just died.
We've got an hour.
Fight, yeah, go fight Dupla. She won't be able to roll.
We got this.
God.
She'll be like
30 minutes.
or whatever she does.
9th level spells. Let's not, guys.
So we're still
Okay.
we're outside of Bridgeton proper now, right?
Yeah, you guys
That's
are.
where her airship was
You're
docked.
above a city, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, sure.
So,
You're way outside it. You're like almost to the rest. Or no, Midrim.
would it be possible?
Is this on the Son of Storm side, or is
No,
this
no,
on the...
southern side.
Okay, got it.
Do you have a question?
I'm just thinking about whether or not it would be a good call to try to get my uncle's insights on how to approach the Countess. But I know that his memory was modified as well.
Well, maybe stop the murdering, rampaging lunatic you guys set free
Yes,
on
we'll
the free
think about
population,
things.
and then come back around.
I just figured since you lot are here, maybe getting in touch with him would be possible, but we could.
What
we
makes
could
you
cross
think
that bridge.
he's not corrupted?
Ronan, can we trust him?
I'm not sure.
Perhaps we should deal with JJ. He might have insights into
Yes.
we can deal
There's
with.
a lawyer you can trust. Good suggestion.
I do need to get papers from JJ anyway, so.
You will get there eventually. So.
It's
Yes,
only been like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Any insight that JJ could lend then would be helpful,
Mhm.
I think.
She's not omniscient. She can't always be tracking you guys.
Yeah.
So
From the sky.
just do a job.
So I think the faster we move, the less likely she is to be able to get to Fort Mountainhall. So if she is collecting resources, we probably have today, and then she can catch up with us. We might have a day.
You guys did your best to shake her tail, so
Yeah. But
if there was a tail at all and it wasn't just an illusion. I mean, never mind. You ever think that maybe those church folk took your money and, you know, they just wanted you out of there? I don't know.
it's plausible.
It is plausible, but at the same time,
They didn't take enough money for what they asked for.
Oh, that's
originally.
fair enough.
They only
We
took a
did-
third
we-
of what they asked.
I did weasel them quite down in price.
All right.
Well, we shall deal with Cthulhu as best we can.
How do we want to get back to Fort Mountain?
I can get you back there.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Beautiful.
And then, Beavidus, are you with us?
I would rather just not be. I don't want to go back there.
What do you want to do?
I want to go to.
We could send him to your
I can't
friends.
remember this freaking Calvarkin. I want to go home.
Why don't we send him to your friends and maybe they can help him get home?
Morgan? Or Beavidus, whichever one knows
I can get
more.
him out. I can get him out.
I'm not so much worried about getting him home. It's more about him being able. How about Elizabeth asks the DM? Dwarves are already seclusionist.
Mm-hmm.
Are they seclusionist enough to just avoid all things politics?
Not all things, but Calvarkin is one of the safer places from Gish influence. Sorry, not Gish influence. Well, this is kind of Gish politics. I don't know. Even
Okay.
though Duke was Dalmarian.
Mhm.
Politics.
Beavidus, do you feel safe enough just going home and laying low?
Nothing bad ever happened to me in Calvarkin. Not until I left home.
Beavidus,
Yeah.
would you consider yourself a soldier?
No, I'm a shooter. Yeah, a fighter.
You and I have been through an ordeal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hand him that pistol that I
Oh,
took off of.
thank you. This is beautiful work. Gnomish, but still good work.
Can I count on you if we need your assistance in the future?
Yeah, I just need some time to get myself right. Just need some time to collect my thoughts.
Would that be of use to you?
Very. It's good pistol.
I might call on you in the future.
That's fine. I just need to be left alone for a little while.
Well, at least you know your thoughts are your own.
Right.
That does feel good.
Well, that's a bit of why I was wondering if maybe a quick trip to the friends might do him some good, but it's your call.
I'm not going there. I don't know what
Just-
the hell the friends are, but I don't want to go there. I want to go home. Are you gonna...
They would just be people
They're just
who would
friends
help
of
get you
hers.
home. That's all it is. But if Morgan can do so efficiently,
Okay,
that's probably a better channel.
whatever you think.
He's unaltered. He's made it this far on
That's
his
true.
own.
That's true.
He got away from whatever that was. They killed, 3, 4 capable people.
Yep.
He'll be fine.
So Morgan says, so, are you going back in the thick of it, or what do you wish to do?
I think we're on a timetable. We either do this before Dubla can catch up with us, or we don't.
I think that's right. And I think we need to.
We need to head back, get supplies, deal with Kathang.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
I would really feel better if I had a rest before we did this, but I don't know if we have time.
Long or short?
Long.
We'll
I
see.
don't get myself a short rest.
So, you guys are headed back to Fort Mountainhall. Yeah, that got crazy. A little bit of time left here, so we will say that you guys are headed back. Where are you going to head once you get to Fort Mountainhall?
Do we need
shop?
We
for
need-
healing
Yeah, probably the
potions?
nearest
And
potion shop or
diamonds.
something.
Okay.
We had one more day at home.
I can always find you.
We need to buy some diamonds.
Indeed.
Alrighty.
Unless Morgan has some that she can loan us.
Yep, she does.
Oh, does she have 300 gold worth of diamonds? That
She will
loan
give
us?
you 300 gold worth of diamonds.
Perfect. Okay.
Of course, darling. I can give you these to you. Just
And we will repay you 300 gold worth of diamonds as soon as we can.
okay.
That's the arrangement.
Sure.
correct?
Kind of look at her and go, fast as the mail can get him to us.
So she will make you guys a teleportation circle when you wish. Get you back there.
Perfect.
And when she schedules it, sending, Glitch can do that. Yeah, okay.
Man.
I wish.
We've expended a lot of resources today that aren't ours. Oh my god.
You guys have made the right friends along the way.
Yes.
I don't know
It's
how
very
good
true.
I feel about that.
So what is the nearest potion shop on the way to?
So
So the potion shop was. I can tell
The
you
inn should
that in
still
just
be
a second.
safe if it was true scrying.
Incredible Curios is the closest you're going to get to a potion shop. Those are all in the Gilded Commons. The
Yes.
Unyielding Hides, Coggles Cogworks, and Incredible Curios.
Incredible curious.
And the Magnificent Magus for mages. So you guys just arrived back, so you could. I'll assume you guys are being cautious, stealth, perception. We can finish out doing just a little bit of shopping. Kind of like the opposite of 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Oh God,
It's
yeah.
like finish shopping rather than try, shop and then.
Wow. But simple shopping, not let's stay in pros, weapons or armor or anything. Grab
Yeah.
potions and go.
Right.
Time
guys
is
just
like the essence.
Okay, you're just gonna grab potions and go.
Yeah, we
I mean, if
like
there's something
time
that
is
goes,
like
yeah.
we're trying to get this done. We're not gonna sit there and
Okay.
like window shop. At least I won't.
You're
like-
just planning on busting down Vasselior's door and shooting him
no,
Do I
because
get?
he's not done anything illegal.
correct.
No. Do I get
But I mean, we
another
want to be
calling
prepared,
card
but we
from
don't
Morgan?
want to wait too much longer.
Okay.
Sorry. Do we get another calling card from Morgan?
Sure.
Just checking.
So you guys head to the Golden Commons, the Gilded Commons, the Gilded Columns. Shouldn't have done that. And enter the Incredible Curios, a homely elf enchanter named Sally Ann with auburn hair and a green dress stands at the counter. Welcome to the Incredible Curios. How can I help y'all?
Do you have potions?
I do.
Of healing?
I do.
Greater healing.
I do.
I'll take 2 greater healing, please.
All right.
Yes. What
300?
sort of prices? And do you have any bulk discounts?
No, I don't really got enough to say in the make of bulk. I can get you 2. I've only got about 6 of them graders. Not really much of a potion maker. I just kind of keep them around.
How much are you selling your graders for?
150 a pop. Standard market price.
Okay.
I will take 2 as well.
Yes, I will take the other 2.
That leaves none for me.
Then I will take 1. And you can have 1 of mine.
I can take 1 as well, because I've
Great.
already got 1 in my inventory.
Basics run
This is the
50
only
a
way I
pop.
have to heal myself.
No, I know. I understand.
I got about
So
a dozen
you're
of
buying
those.
2.
I'm buying 2.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
giving up 1
So-
of mine.
I'll
Give
take
me
2
as well.
graders, 1 lesser.
Okay. 350.
So that puts me.
I mean, if you're looking for protection, I got a ring of protection.
What is the mechanical effects of the ring of protection?
Gives you a bonus to your defenses and your saving throws.
Attunement slot.
2-minute slot.
How much does ring of protection cost?
1,500 gold.
I can
Plus
tell you
1
how
to
much
AC and saving
you
throws.
have. Do you want me to tell you how much you have?
I know how much I have, I believe.
She's like, I got a ring of protection,
407.
a ring of spell storing.
Minus whatever we would have.
Ring of
Deal with-
spell storing.
Can hold up to 5 slots worth. 5 slots worth of spells if you just cast them into them, just all pretty like.
How much is that?
3,000 gold pieces.
And that requires attunement.
Of course it does. It's a powerful item.
That's what I thought.
Ring of the Ram, and I got an alchemy jug for all your brewing
What do you
needs.
Can you go to the thing where it breaks it down? I had a different amount written down. Unless there was stuff that was yesterday that I didn't.
Okay, so
Do you have more or less?
I had more.
I know I don't have the gold to buy that ring,
Go
unfortunately.
back and 3, 2, 3, 2.
And I don't have the attunement slots to really feel like I could do it.
Yeah.
But it's, oh man, that would be so good for Gilly. The extra spell slots. Fuck.
So, and I've still got 600 wrapped up in something else, don't I?
I mean, so it's not
It's not paid
necessarily
yet.
extra spells.
No, I know, but
You have to
functions.
just cast them into it.
I understand how it works.
Yeah, I know you do. I'm just telling Rob.
Yeah, I know.
They
I
function.
understand that,
They
but I mean,
function the next day as extra
Yeah.
spells.
It'd be really
correct
How
the
long
next
do
day,
they
but you still are
hold?
offset that
Definitely.
spell, so to cast them
Yes,
into it.
I'm
yeah.
aware. I'm aware.
Or until the item's shattered into a million pieces. My profane magic.
Oh,
She
so
kind
is that a
of
20?
shuffles her hands. Well, what'll it be? It's a mighty fine item. Won't.
You know what? We could chip in and use it as an
If
item that we kind of share.
if I'm attuned to it, am I the only one that can put spells into it?
I read the item, but basically you can put spells into it, and whoever the attuner is the one who can use them. Pretty sure. But I think you have to.
Imagine if the 3 of us could put spells into it, and then any of us, so you could have wizard spells, and we could have
Any of it.
healing spells.
Even if just one person wears and uses it for healing, like that alone would be phenomenal for us. to
Yeah,
have.
I have healing word too.
Right. We both.
Any
but-
creature can cast a spell first through first level into the ring by touching the ring and casting the spell. The spell has no effect other than it is to be stored in the ring. If the ring can't hold the spell expended because it has a limit. While wearing this ring, you can cast any spell stored in it. The spell uses the slot the spell receives the attack bonus, yada yada, of the original caster, but it otherwise treated as if you were casting the spell. Spell cast from this string, then it frees up the space. So yeah,
So you
it's-
can cast up to what level spell into it?
it holds up to 5 slots worth. So 1/5, 5 firsts, that kind of thing.
Damn.
It's worth every penny, she says.
Should we pool our resources to purchase that ring?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys can pull. I'm not pitching in for that.
No?
No, I'm not.
He doesn't need it, but the 2 of us, we could use it, and I think 1,500 each is well worth it.
That's going to be stretching my resources a bit then, but okay.
You shop around a bit, come back. You want to mull it over? I'll hold it for half a day for you. On behalf of the prince here.
If you're thin, I can do 2,000 to the 3.
Let's see.
You're at 2,400.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
But I haven't accounted for the however much money we've spent on the healing.
It came up to 240 gold per if Beefidus was paying his own fair share. Because there's 1,200 gold, right? Divided by 5.
But if Beefidus wasn't actually getting healed,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
Oh.
the 2
so
of you
it
that
wasn't.
got
It's just you and me.
Okay.
And I don't know because we
600.
haven't talked about if it's just our money or we are cumulatively spending it.
I was
think
assuming
it's
that
just
the
us.
group was.
I don't know. We didn't talk about it.
So,
I mean, it was very insistent that we were all getting healed.
and we were all
So-
paying for our own. And that's how the cost laid out.
Like I
Okay.
said, we haven't talked about it, so far it's just how we've spent our money.
Revealing plot is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So far, I'm down 900 from where I'm at, which means I don't have the 1,500. right?
Oh, did you have 1,000?
Yeah.
Then, yeah, I can cover 2,000 of it.
Okay.
Good.
Man,
Can you
I'm
do
going
repair?
through money faster
After
than anything.
Power
Which is
costs
why I'm
money.
not trying.
And then
to
I'll
spend
hold the
it.
ring to start with, and I'll attune to it tonight and take off my boots.
Oh.
No need to fly in a mountain.
Oh, shit.
Inside a mountain. I was being serious. That's my theory. Maybe I'm wrong.
Unless we drop off a one level.
That's true. Shit. Yeah, there's a never-ending chasm. What were you saying, Rob?
Nothing.
So
Okay.
I'm still
It was
attuned
me.
to the boots until I change anything.
Right. I get my warlock spell slot back at a short rest, so I'm going to put in first level armor of Agathis,
So you guys buying it?
Yeah, I'm put in $2,000.
and I put in a grand.
Okay.
She's like, oh, mighty fine, master, much obliged. Thank you. Get hands to who's equipping it?
So I'm gonna equip it
First.
tonight, but I'm gonna slip it on a finger just to hold it, and then
Cast into
I'm
it.
gonna change it for the winged boots here this evening.
Oh,
Could
all right.
Could you pull
We're-
my sheet?
We're going in
Trying
the
to figure out the
morning, right? We're not
discrepancy.
doing this tonight.
I have
So-
no idea. We need to get our
time is it
resources
now?
together and go figure out what we're
I mean,
doing.
Well,
I'll just help you guys out since, like, I know it's immediate because he's murdering people, but you also need to be prepared.
right.
So a little shopping, a little recon,
yeah.
and also not fucking with the law
Yeah.
is in order. So
Yeah.
just
So-
listen,
so
think
maybe
about
just
it. You know,
a
it's not
Yeah,
just a
yeah,
dungeon.
yeah.
You don't just
But
pop
it
in
has
and
no
start shooting. He's a
intention.
lawful citizen. He hasn't done anything
It's
illegal.
your
Yeah.
level
I don't think that
five.
was ever the
I
plan
didn't
to
do
pop
that.
in and start
Can you do
shooting.
Right.
But it's to stop him before he goes out again tonight
Right.
and tries to
Do you
hunt
know
down
what it
another
is?
I
person.
have no
Yes,
clue.
right.
I wouldn't have just written down money on my account.
Do you have any idea why Justice has a negative 375 on his thing? He did a thing. I just don't remember what it was.
There's a discrepancy between what I have on here in the character sheet, and I don't remember spending.
Yeah, this
Close
is
to
the
400
time.
gold?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
sort this out after.
We're winding down. It's all right.
Yeah.
Well, it determines like I might want to buy that ring, but if I can't afford that ring, yeah.
So as you,
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and close it here for tonight. If you guys want to finish the last 15
Sure.
minutes bookkeeping off stream.
You bought a greater healing potion, at least one, from
So
the devil dog.
let me just close it out here.
Buy one. Yep.
So, as the party prepares to do a little shopping and prevent a man from murdering Warforged criminals, but Warforged nonetheless, we are going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you for everyone tuned in. Thank you to our new followers.
Yeah.
And yeah, we will come back next week, as always, 7 p.m. Central. I'm going to Michigan this weekend, and I'll be posting from my Twitter and my Twitter on there, Matthew W. Foreman. Follow us on Dice Priorities Twitter. And follow us on Twitch if you enjoyed tonight's episode.
Woo!
Because we are so close to affiliate status, we can taste it.
Yeah.
So close.
Really fun episode, a lot of crazy things. Had you guys
Yeah.
not immediately gone to that inn, you would have missed him.
And then none of this would have
That
come up.
specific inn, yeah. No, yeah, I had a whole little timetable and everything.
Nice.
It's like basically if you went shopping first, which is fine, you would have basically encountered his boots and heard about him.
Wow.
Yeah, because he sold his boots and they were
See,
in
it's
the
a
shop.
good thing that you rushed me out of the room.
You were
Right
very
there.
close to missing him.
Wow.
Cool.
So yeah, and we will come back next week in the wonderful world of Edda.
I feel
Bye.
so clear-headed now.
See ya.
Yeah, you can see clear. I'm gonna
You can see
transition.
clear.